Welcome to the Fantasy Audiobook. Global Awakening. Eavesdropping on the Voices of SSS-Level School Beauties. Chapter 81. Lin Tianming didn't expect that he could easily learn Wang Yanren's Phoenix Flame Aegis after absorbing the Fire Spirit Bead and comprehending the Fire Attribute skill. After learning a new Fire Attributed super skill, and not having to use the number of plunders by the hand of God, Lin Tianming wanted to get more Fire Spirit Beads, which are the elemental power crystals produced after the death of God-level monsters. Maybe he can always be like a bug, plunder infinitely, and learn all Wang Yanren's Fire Attribute skills. What is in front of me is a reborn Vulcan. It would be a pity not to learn her skills. However, he could only think about whether he was able to kill the God-level monster ghost-faced fire spider this time because the other party forcibly crawled out of the demon tomb whose seal was not completely broken, and its level dropped to level 80. Otherwise, with his current strength, it would be impossible for him to get such a huge advantage and absorb the elemental attribute power crystals of divine monsters at more than 10 levels. After carefully feeling the defensive power of the Phoenix Flame Shield, Lin Tianming discovered that the defensive power of this growth skill in the Shinto field learned through plundering was far inferior to that of Wang Yanren's copy. I have learned Senior Yanren's Phoenix Flame Shield. Its defense power can definitely crush all conventional attack skills at my level, but its defense power is still far inferior to that of Senior Yanren's. It cannot resist super-level forbidden spells. My skills are a bit weak. Hearing Lin Tianming's greedy remarks, Wang Yanren's pretty face became annoyed, and she stretched out her jade hand and flicked Lin Tianming's forehead. You are too greedy. You still want to have a defensive skill that can withstand the super-level forbidden curse at level 10. Then you are invincible. If you can learn my Phoenix Flame Aegis at level 10, then you will be satisfied. I actually despise it for being unable to resist the super forbidden curse at level 10. Stinking rogue. He learned my Shinto domain skills without my consent and still despises them for being indefensible. How abominable. Lin Tianming could feel that after this shared adversity, Wang Yanren's murderous intention to hate him had weakened a lot. Taking this opportunity, Lin Tianming also decided to work harder to improve Wang Yanren's favor. Out in the Imperial Academy of the Imperial Capital, Wang Yanren's innocence was tainted by the original owner in his previous life because he didn't know him at all. He had no emotional basis and had the most murderous intention towards him. If he could take this opportunity to improve Wang Yanren's favor, he would be able to feel more at ease when walking in the woods in the future, without having to worry about being stabbed to death by someone suddenly breaking out. Thinking of this, Lin Tianming rubbed his eyebrows and immediately corrected his attitude. Yes, yes. I am satisfied. This is Senior Yanren's skill. I have to cherish it, just like I cherish my relationship with Senior Yanren. Same. While talking, Lin Tianming also hugged Wang Yanren tightly. You, let go. This scoundrel, actually comes again. Hang on, Senior Yanren likes me, and I also like Senior Yanren. It's normal for this couple to hug. Unable to defeat Lin Tianming, Wang Yanren had no choice but to give up. Her strength was almost exhausted and she was also a little tired at the moment. Let's go back to the Imperial Academy first. Junior Tianming, I'm a little tired now. Forget it for today. I'm really too tired, so let's let this scumbag defile my body go. After finding a reason to feel at ease, Wang Yanren felt a lot more comfortable leaning in Lin Tianming's arms, and was not as resistant as before. When Lin Tianming saw Wang Yanren so tired, he decided to take her back to the Imperial Academy with him. Slowly walking out of the underground ghost-faced fire spider's nest along the only bright spot, he found that nearby passers-by were hiding and watching him and Wang Yanren from a distance. The wall of the dark alley next to it was also smashed because the chicken cake shop revealed its true identity as the Devil's Lair. The blogger who took the writing video was standing next to the tent looking at Lin Tianming and Wang Yanren with a horrified look on his face. Why did the chicken cake? The chicken cake shop turn into a ghost, haunted house. And the young couple just walked out of it. Audience friends, I must have encountered the legendary monster. Quote. Lin Tianming glanced at the gloomy ruins of the ghost-faced fire spider's lair around him. The atmosphere indeed looked quite eerie and terrifying. Ignoring the cycling blogger and the passers-by, Lin Tianming, who was worried about causing more disturbances, also decided to leave now. Who would have thought that just as he was about to leave with Wang Yanren, a group of awakened people exuding a strong aura of awakened people rushed nearby. Don't move. We are members of the 7th Detachment of the Imperial Capital Awakening Group responsible for maintaining daily order around Tianwei Square. Astonishing fluctuations in the aura of monsters have been detected here. Please cooperate with the investigation and come with us. Another member of the Imperial Capital Awakening Group. If Lin Tianming remembered correctly, Hua Yufei was the captain of the 5th Detachment of the Imperial Capital Awakening Group, but now these guys are members of the 7th Detachment responsible for the Tianwei Plaza area. Although Wang Yanren is very tired now, she is not so tired that she can't speak. As soon as she heard that the people from the Imperial Capital Awakening Group wanted to take them away, Wang Yanren immediately revealed her identity. I am Queen Yanren, the head of the Wang family, one of the 4 major awakening families in the Imperial City. I am also a student at the Imperial Academy. Dear friends of the Imperial Awakening Group, can you please let us go back to the Imperial Academy first? I thought that if she revealed her identity, the other party would definitely let them go, but who would have thought that these people from the 5th Detachment of the Awakening Chapter were determined to take them away. Recently, demons possessed by monsters have frequently appeared in various parts of the Imperial capital. This is an extraordinary period. Even if Miss Wang and your friends are innocent, we still ask you to come with us and tell us what happened to you here. Tell us about the Awakening Chapter in detail. This is also to maintain the stability of the Imperial capital. I hope Miss Wang can understand. Wang Yanren's identity as the daughter of the head of the Wang family is somewhat useful, at least the people in the 5th team are a little more polite. Although the other party's tone was better, Wang Yanren's beautiful eyes still showed a trace of anger. You. This time, before Wang Yanren could finish speaking, Lin Tianming blocked her mouth with his index finger. Forget it, senior, it's nothing serious. Let's go with them and tell them what we know so that they can start the work of exterminating monsters. This little brother is easy to talk to. Miss Wang, please. Wang Yanren glanced at the group of people from the 7th Detachment of the Awakening Chapter, and finally leaned into Lin Tianming's arms, and the two of them left together with the people from the Awakening Chapter. The ghost-faced fire spider's lair where the egg cake shop had lost its disguise as a monster was also tightly cordoned off by members of the 5th team and was being investigated by their people. Arriving at the base of the 5th Detachment of the Imperial Capital Awakening Group in the Tianwei Plaza area, Lin Tianming and Wang Yanren were also questioned separately. The two only confessed that they were attacked by demons possessed by monsters, but did not reveal the secret of the monsters in the divine realm. Of the two of them, Wang Yanren, who is the highest level, is only level 55, and Lin Tianming is only level 16. If they were told that they teamed up to kill the ghost-faced fire spider, it would only make it more troublesome to deal with it. No other information was revealed during interrogation, and Wang Yanren's identity as the daughter of the head of the Wang family was verified to be true. For fear of causing dissatisfaction with the Wang family, Wang Yanren was released first. But Lin Tianming still has not been released. Where is my junior disciple Tianming? Don't worry, Miss Wang. We still have some questions to ask your junior. After we ask him, we will let him go back to the Imperial Academy. You don't have to worry about him. Just ask him back first. Wang Yanren's face darkened when she heard that the people from the 7th Detachment deliberately left Lin Tianming's speech for cross-examination. I order you to let him go now. We have said what needs to be said. If you don't let him go, I don't mind using the power of our Wang family. While Wang Yanren was angry that Lin Tianming was being detained by members of the 7th team, Lin Tianming was still undergoing cross-examination. Lin Tianming, according to our investigation of the scene, the underground energy fluctuations in the monster's lair far exceed level 55, and there are even residual fluctuations of the power of the super forbidden spell skill. How did you kill the monster and become possessed by it? From the devil. I have just said what I should say. It was Senior Yanren who had a combat power that far exceeded her level. With my help, she managed to kill the demon possessed by the monster and escape. Didn't you see it? My strength is exhausted. Lin Tianming was very meticulous and would not disclose any more information to avoid unnecessary trouble. My intuition tells me that you two are hiding something. Please tell this little brother truthfully and provide more clues about the monsters. This is very important for us to track the monsters and sneak into the Imperial capital. If you don't tell me, I still have time. I'll spend it slowly with you until you tell me. Because they were afraid of the Wang family behind Wang Yanran, the people of the 7th Detachment of the Imperial Capital Awakening Group did not dare to detain Wang Yanran for too long. But Lin Tianming had no background, so they let Wang Yanran leave first and focused the interrogation on Lin Tianming. Lin Tianming was also determined not to say anything more, he just stayed at the base of the 7th team. Next, several people took turns questioning him, consuming his patience and trying to get him to tell the truth. Lin Tianming didn't say any more information. Just when the people in Team 7 were about to lose their patience and wanted to use some unconventional means to force Lin Tianming to tell the truth, the door of the interrogation room was opened directly, and a woman as beautiful as a flower fairy walked in. I've already told the people above about Lin Tianming's situation. You don't have to worry about this matter with your 7th detachment. Lin Tianming will be fully handled by my 5th detachment. As soon as he saw this beautiful woman like a flower fairy who came to take him away, Lin Tianming recognized her identity at a glance. Hua Yufei, the captain of the 5th detachment of the Awakening chapter, is also his senior who graduated 1 year ago. Hua Yufei, who was also from the Awakening chapter, personally came to lead the people, and Lin Tianming was finally able to come out. Senior Hua, thanks to you, otherwise I feel like I wouldn't be able to get out. Being a little embarrassed by Lin Tianming's praise, Hua Yufei took Lin Tianming away and said, relying on my relationship alone is not enough. I told the people above that you are teacher Zhang Han's only student, and the one who allowed me to come and take you away was because of your great intimidation, teacher Zhang Han. Unexpectedly, his coming out was related to Zhang Han. Lin Tianming was a little surprised. Is teacher Zhang Han's reputation so intimidating? Of course, your teacher Zhang Han is the youngest top awakened person in Kyushu, the next heir to the Lord of Thunder Hall, the awakened person closest to becoming a god in this era, and has killed countless monsters. You are her only precious student. If someone wants to touch you, they must think twice. Listening to Hua Yufei's detailed knowledge of Zhang Han's glorious deeds, Lin Tianming also had some questions. Teacher Zhang Han looks to be in her early 20s. Why is she so powerful? In the past 10 years, only senior sister Wang Yanran has won the first place in the Global Advanced Awakened Academy competition. Thinking of this, Lin Tianming asked again, Senior sister Hua, since teacher Zhang Han is so powerful, why is it that in Kyushu, in the past 10 years, only senior sister Wang Yanran has won the first place in the Global Academy of Advanced Awakeners? Talking about this issue, Hua Yufei also explained for Lin Tianming, because the inheritors of the Thunder Palace are somewhat special and do not go through the Global Awakening ceremony to awaken their powers, teacher Zhang Han was unable to participate in the competition held by the Global Academy of Advanced Awakeners before. Understanding the reason, Lin Tianming suddenly said, so that's it. Thank you, senior sister Hua, for clearing up my doubts. Hua Yufei smiled slightly, it's nothing. Junior Tianming, I'll drive you directly back to the Imperial Academy. Then I'll trouble you, senior sister Hua. Hua Yufei bailed him out in advance today. Lin Tianming did not refuse Hua Yufei to send him back to the Imperial Academy. When he was approaching the exit, Lin Tianming also spotted Wang Yanran. Seeing her coming out, Lin Tianming also shouted to her who was negotiating with the people of the 7th team. Senior Yanran. Upon hearing Lin Tianming's cry, Wang Yanran was stunned for a moment as she was furious because the members of the 7th team refused to let Lin Tianming go. But when she saw Lin Tianming walking towards her, Wang Yanran immediately showed a look of surprise and walked quickly towards Lin Tianming. Little brother Tianming, these guys actually let you out. I just talked to their people for a long time, but they refused to let you out. I just called my father and asked the Wang family to bring someone to personally bail you out. Got it. Knowing that Wang Yanran had gone to great lengths to help him, even though she had not been able to help, Lin Tianming still thanked her. Thank you, Senior Yanran. It was Senior Hua who came forward to bail me out. When she heard that Hua Yufei had bailed Lin Tianming out, Wang Yanran noticed Hua Yufei. She also knew Hua Yufei. When Hua Yufei was in 4th grade, she happened to be in 2nd grade. She is now in 4th grade and Hua Yufei has graduated for a year. But Wang Yanran was a little curious about how Hua Yufei met Lin Tianming. Senior Yufei, do you also know Junior Tianming? Speaking of this, Hua Yufei did not shy away from saying, I have been paying attention to some things in the Imperial Academy after graduation. Junior Tianming is the most popular freshman in the Imperial Academy recently. Of course I know him. Thank you, Senior Yufei, for coming out to junior brother Bao Tianming. I'll treat Senior Yufei to something to eat when I have time. This stinky gangster, even Senior Yufei knows him. He is indeed a cowardly scumbag. Question mark question mark question mark. Lin Tianming was speechless. He could be shot like this. I'll take you back together. I've already told the people above about the commotion you caused in Tianwei Plaza, and they won't trouble you again. Hua Yufei's every frown and smile inadvertently reveals a charming allure like a flower fairy. Even a girl like Wang Yanren can easily feel close to her. Then I'll trouble Senior Yufei. Don't let this bad guy get too close to Senior Yufei, otherwise with his lustful and bold character, I'm afraid even a good person like Senior Yufei will be tainted by him. Listening to Wang Yanren's inner voice, Lin Tianming was completely numb. Not bothering to explain anything, Lin Tianming got into Hua Yufei's car parked in front of the base of the 7th detachment of the Awakening chapter, and took the car back to the Imperial Academy with Wang Yanren. When getting off the bus, Lin Tianming originally wanted to help Wang Yanren, who was weak. Unexpectedly, she was afraid that Hua Yufei would misunderstand her relationship with Lin Tianming, so she refused Lin Tianming's help. With this rejection, Wang Yanren, who overestimated her ability to recover, succumbed and fell forward. If there was no one to support her, she would definitely fall over. When Hua Yufei saw this scene, she was far away and could only remind her loudly, slow down, don't fall, Yanren. Lin Tianming saw this and promptly supported Wang Yanren and hugged her into his arms. Senior Yanren, you have consumed too much tonight, so I'd better hold you in my arms and go back to the girls' dormitory to rest. Wang Yanren, who had just refused Lin Tianming's support, turned red now. Aha, I almost fell down as soon as I refused this stinky gangster's hug. Now I'm so embarrassed. After sending Lin Tianming and Wang Yanren to the Imperial Academy safely, Hua Yufei also said goodbye. Junior Tianming, please be careful. I will leave Yanren to you. I also have to go back to the 5th detachment. We will contact you when we have time. Senior Hua, see you next time. Senior Yufei, I'll treat you to dinner next time. Watching Hua Yufei drive away, Lin Tianming and Wang Yanren looked at each other, making Wang Yanren feel a little embarrassed. Tianming, little brother, I'm a little tired, so please send me back to rest. I didn't expect that there would be times when I would ask for something from this stinky guy. For the sake of him saving me today, just endure it this time. Next time. Yes, I will still have to settle the score with him next time. If you let him go this time, you are not being soft on him. Listening to Wang Yanren's thoughts, Lin Tianming also hugged Wang Yanren tightly and took the initiative to send her back to the girls' dormitory where she lived. So many things happened tonight, and it was already late at night when Lin Tianming and Wang Yanren came back, so no students saw the two of them so close in the Imperial Academy. When they arrived downstairs in the girls' dormitory where Wang Yanren lived, Wang Yanren's roommate was also called down in advance to pick her up. Wang Yanren's roommate was surprised to see Wang Yanren lying in Lin Tianming's arms and being held so tightly by Lin Tianming. This person seems to be the freshman who is very popular recently. It turns out that you have never been in love before, but you like a boy who is several years younger than you. Wang Yanren was made red-faced by her female roommate and denied her relationship with Lin Tianming. Don't talk nonsense. I have a normal relationship with junior brother Tianming. I was just injured in an accident outside. I happened to meet him and he sent me back. Junior brother Tianming, please go back quickly, thank you. Thank you for sending me back. Who is boyfriend and girlfriend with this stinky gangster? It is impossible for me, Wang Yanren, to be passionate about a scumbag who tarnishes my innocence. The Demon Tomb is a sealed place located underground in this world. The Demon Tomb is an extremely large underground world that runs through the entire planet. It was once part of the Land of Disaster. There are also a large number of monsters in it, and they are inexhaustible to kill. There are even a large number of god-level monsters. 100 years ago, in order to protect mankind on the entire planet, the awakened humans made huge sacrifices to seal the underground world where the demon tomb is located, sealing off the barrier between the demon tomb's underground world and the land of disaster. Since it is a seal, there must be a sealed entrance. There are two sealed entrances to the demon tomb. One is located at Tiongui Pass in the Beiyan region, and the other is located underground in the Kyushu imperial capital. It was precisely because the demon tomb was sealed that humans, who had been tortured and ravaged by monsters, sounded the clarion call for counterattack, beating back the remaining monsters. The disaster land that once covered almost the entire surface world has been compressed to less than 1/5 of the current surface world area. The sealed underground world is called the demon tomb. The implication is that it is a place where monsters are buried. The days when humans were oppressed and tortured by monsters are gone forever. In the future, monsters on the surface of the earth will also be buried together. 100 years have passed, and except for a very small number of people, no one knows about this period of history in which humans made huge sacrifices to create the seal of the demon tomb. But just recently, the Kyushu imperial capital, as the most heavily defended center in the entire Kyushu, has been seeing traces of monsters frequently. The appearance of monsters made the awakened people in the imperial capital panic. Some people suspect that someone inside may have made some dirty deal with the monsters in the disaster land, which is why demons possessed by monsters appeared in the imperial capital. Some people also speculated that the seal of the demon tomb was loose, causing the monsters in the demon tomb to crawl out of the ground. The former speculation does not cause much panic, but the latter speculation makes many people who know the secrets of the demon tomb deeply uneasy. Because there are divine realm monsters sealed in the demon tomb. Human beings have been committed to fighting monsters in the disaster land on the surface for hundreds of years. They have never thought of actively entering the demon tomb to kill the god-level monsters inside, just because of the fear of the god-level monsters. If they hadn't taken advantage of the god realm monsters to collectively enter the underground world to look for something and explore some kind of secret, they wouldn't have had the opportunity to gather the power of all the artifacts they collected to seal the god realm monsters underground. But even so, there is actually a god-level monster sleeping in the land of disaster. The god-level monster is called the Raging Thunder Demon King, and he woke up 10 years ago. Humanity, which has never had a god-level awakener, once again faces a huge threat after the Wrath of Thunder Demon King awakens. Seeing that the entire human race will be reduced to blood food being hunted by monsters wantonly, Zhang Han was born a few years ago. As the youngest top awakened person in Kyushu, he staged a battle of killing gods among mortals. It was Zhang Han who personally killed the only god-level monster in the land of disaster, the Thunderous Demon King, who saved the decline of human awakeners and suppressed the counterattack in the land of disaster. She also became famous in this battle. Not only people in Kyushu knew her, but all humans in the world knew her name. Precisely because she created the history of humans killing monsters that became gods, everyone felt that she, at such a young age, was likely to become the first person to become a god in the history of human awakenings. Some people even speculated that she had already half-stepped into the realm of becoming a god before she could kill the Raging Thunder Demon King. Early this morning, as the strongest awakener in Kyushu, Zhang Han came to the entrance of the Demon Tomb underground in the imperial capital of Kyushu because of rumors that the seal at the entrance to the Demon Tomb in the imperial capital of Kyushu might be loose. If Lin Tianming were here, he would definitely be shocked by the scene here that is even richer in demonic energy than the ghost-faced fire spider's lair. Except for Zhang Han, almost half of the top awakened people in Kyushu were here. The sealed entrance of this demon tomb is actually filled with such strong demonic energy. Could it be that the seal has been broken? Everyone should be alert and prepared to deal with all dangers. Many of the top awakeners at the scene were veterans who had entered the land of disaster and fought with monsters countless times, but most of them were coming to the demon tomb for the first time, and they were attracted by the demonic aura here, which was no worse than that of the land of disaster. Shocked, Zhang Han walked at the front, but she was not afraid of the terrifyingly strong demonic energy here. Arriving at the entrance of the demon tomb first, Zhang Han carefully observed the seal at the entrance. Soon, a group of top awakened ones behind her followed one by one. Seeing that she was already observing the seal at the entrance to the demon tomb, the other top awakeners who arrived later cautiously asked Zhang Han while observing. "Master Zhang, have you discovered anything?" Zhang Han is the next palace master of Thunder Palace, and her strength is the highest in the entire Kyushu at a young age. Out of respect, these top awakened people will respectfully call her the young palace master. Zhang Han did not answer immediately, but used her thunder power to sense it carefully. After a while, she said, "The seal is indeed loose, and a corner of this place is broken. There is still a wave of demonic energy close to the fire attribute nearby. If my guess is correct, it is a fire attribute god-level monster. I used this seal gap to come out by force." Upon hearing Zhang Han's analysis, all the top awakened people present took a breath. If the monsters in the divine realm are really out of trouble, only Zhang Han among the top awakened ones on the scene is qualified to fight. But don't worry too much. Look here again. It's the mark left by this god-level monster that escaped from trouble. Its power is obviously much weaker than the god-level power at the gap in the seal. It shows that it paid a huge price to escape. The power fluctuation at that time was only about 80 levels. Under the guidance of Zhang Han, the top awakeners on the scene also discovered the clues left by the marks left by the monsters in the divine realm when they escaped. As Zhang Han said, not far from the gap where the seal was loosened, the remaining monster aura had the same origin, but its power had dropped to around level 80. After discovering this important clue, the top awakened people at the scene were temporarily relieved. At this time, a top awakener suggested, "If it escapes and falls to level 80, we can kill the monster before it regains its power." To put it lightly, we don't know what the specific characteristics of this god-level monster are, what its name is, and what special abilities it has. If it hides secretly, it will be difficult for us to find it. If it's hard to find, why don't you look for it? For the safety of the imperial capital and the entire Kyushu, we must find it before it recovers. These top awakened people soon started arguing because of their differences. Zhang Han did not participate in their conversation, but squatted down, stretched out his hand and touched the fire attribute mark left by the monster. This kind of fire-attributed demonic energy is very similar to the fire-spirited demonic energy mentioned in my Thunder Palace's classics that record monsters. There is still an aura similar to that of a spider monster, as well as a dark blue demonic flame. Quote, after hearing Zhang Han's analysis while talking to herself, the top awakened people who were arguing immediately shut up, not daring to disturb her thoughts. After thinking for a moment, Zhang Han guessed the specific identity of this monster. It's the ghost-faced fire spider, a god-level monster that only exists in the underground world sealed by the demon tomb. Some of the top awakened people at the scene also learned about the ghost-faced fire spider from records in some ancient books. They couldn't help but take a breath when they heard Zhang Han say that the escaped divine monster was a ghost-faced fire spider. According to records, the ghost-faced fire spider is very good at camouflage and hiding, and is also very good at soul attacks. It takes pleasure in hunting human souls. It was the vanguard of divine monsters that killed humans 100 years ago. How did it escape from this trap? A tough monster. This is troublesome. Everyone, please use your own strength when you go back. You must find this ghost-faced fire spider. Otherwise, when it recovers its divine power, I don't know how many innocent people will become its soul rations. Quote, we can't just focus on the ghost-faced fire spider. Don't forget, the seal at the entrance to the demon tomb is loose. Zhang Han listened to their discussion, and she also said, don't worry too much, the seal at the entrance of the demon tomb is loose, but the power of the seal is still strong. Now we only need to pour all our power into the sealing circle. It should the power of the seal can temporarily make up for the loss of the seal's gap. With Zhang Han's words, the top awakened people on the scene looked at each other and agreed with Zhang Han one after another. They first worked together to inject enough power into the sealing circle to repair it. With the combined power of the top awakeners headed by Zhang Han, the loose seal was repaired again, temporarily blocking the leakage of demonic energy. But this also left a tiny crack in the sealing formation at the entrance to the demon tomb, which could only relieve an urgent need. Now that they can't think of any other good solutions, they can only do this first. Now we need to find the escaped ghost-faced fire spider first. If you have any news, remember to contact me as soon as possible. After communicating with this group of top awakeners, he asked people from the imperial city to send people to guard the demon tomb throughout the day, so that if there were any accidents in the future, they would be able to respond immediately. After doing all this, Zhang Han also left the sealed entrance of the demon tomb. She was going to go back to the Thunder Palace to report to the Lord of the Thunder Palace and other senior officials what she saw and heard at the entrance of the demon tomb today. On the way back to the Thunder Palace, Zhang Han felt a little worried about Lin Tianming when he thought of the divine monster, the ghost-faced fire spider, escaping from trouble. She also took out her mobile phone and sent a voice message to Lin Tianming. "You brat, just stay here in the Imperial Academy for the next 3 days. Recently, a god-level monster, the ghost-faced fire spider, that escaped from the demon tomb appeared in the Imperial capital. Killing top-level awakened people is just like playing. Don't go out." He was caught running around. He received a voice message from Zhang Han early in the morning. Lin Tianming, who was about to go downstairs to explore the ice and snow secret realm with Yi Qingshe, was stunned. After a while, Lin Tianming raised the corners of his mouth slightly again and replied to teacher Zhang Han with a message. "Okay, I will stay at the Imperial Academy and wait for you to come back, teacher Zhang Han." That's weird. The ghost-faced fire spider that teacher Zhang Han was worried about was electrocuted to death by him, so he didn't need to worry about the threat of the ghost-faced fire spider at all. After putting away his cell phone, Lin Tianming happily went to find his little girlfriend Yi Qingshe. Opportunity in the secret realm of ice and snow. Lin Tianming is here. Lingnan Ancient City. Lin Tianming and Yi Qingshe arrived here together this morning. Yi Qingshe came with Lin Tianming for this reason. She had concealed the secret of the ice and snow realm before coming, but after having enough fun with Lin Tianming, she would pretend to accidentally discover the secret realm of ice and snow, and take Lin Tianming into the secret realm of ice and snow to explore. Thinking that her plan worked, Yi Qingshe didn't know that Xiao Juju in her heart was heard by Lin Tianming's ability to eavesdrop on her heart. Hee, let's have fun in Lingnan Ancient City first, and then take Brother Tianming to the secret land of ice and snow later. Brother Tianming will be very surprised when he sees that we accidentally discovered a new secret realm. I must get the Ice Soul Crystal. For other treasures in the secret realm, Brother Tianming and I will divide them according to the situation." Lin Tianming listened to Yi Qingshui's thoughts. He also understood that she wanted to surprise him and did not expose her little thoughts. "Brother Tianming, this Lingnan Ancient City feels like an ancient town in a costume drama. It is full of ancient buildings. Before going to the ice and snow park, I feel that we can wander around here and eat some delicious food. Take more photos and keep them as souvenirs." Yi Qingshe walked happily in the ancient city of Lingnan and proposed to Lin Tianming. Lin Tianming also had no objections. "No problem, I'll go out for 3 days this time. It's good to see more." Next, Lin Tianming also accompanied Yi Qingshe to visit the ancient buildings in Lingnan Ancient City. "Here, Brother Tianming, take a photo of me on this bridge. Let's take some photos together, we can't waste this opportunity to travel. What kind of snack is this? It's delicious. Brother Tianming, take a bite too. Isn't it very sweet? Take some pictures for me here too, Brother Tianming. This seems like a bidding game. It looks like it's fun. Let's play this together, Brother Tianming." Although her main purpose this time was to come to the secret land of ice and snow, Yi Qingshe really enjoyed this trip with Lin Tianming and had fun. Faced with such an energetic and clingy girlfriend, Lin Tianming naturally had fun with her. Yi Qingshe had so much fun that she couldn't help but comment on the Lingnan Ancient City. There are so many weird gadgets in Lingnan Ancient City, and there are also many delicious snacks that can't be eaten in other places. This time when I travel to Lingnan Ancient City, even if I don't go to the ice and snow park, I can just enjoy the ancient style. It's quite nice to play around the building complex." Lin Tianming also smiled and said, "Indeed, Qingshe, should we go here today first and then go to the ice and snow park tomorrow, or?" As soon as Yi Qingshe heard Lin Tianming propose to go to the ice and snow park tomorrow, she immediately said, "Brother Tianming, it's only noon now. It's not too late for us to go to the ice and snow park for an afternoon. This can't wait until tomorrow. Tonight happens to be the day when the secret realm of ice and snow opens, and the secret realm of ice and snow is in the ice and snow park. If you go late, maybe all the opportunities inside will be snatched up. In my last life, I heard that many people entered the ice and snow secret realm on the first day it opened. In my last life, I was busy looking for ways to repair my soul and missed it. I can't miss it in this life. The secret realm of ice and snow will be open tonight, and many people will enter the secret realm of ice and snow. As soon as he heard Yi Qingshui's voice, Lin Tianming naturally didn't want to give up the opportunity of the secret realm of ice and snow to others like this. He also said, "Then let's go to the ice and snow park now." "Well, we are now." Wait, brother Tianming, look over there, there is a shop that rents out ancient costumes that fit the style of Lingnan ancient city and take photos. I also want to try changing my clothes and take photos as a souvenir. Yi Qingshui originally wanted to go directly to the ice and snow park now, but when she and Lin Tianming were walking, they found a shop in front of them that rented out antique costumes for taking photos. She also wanted to change into antique costumes and take some photos. There is still plenty of time now, so it won't take too long to take a few antique photos. Lin Tianming said this when he saw Yi Qingshui. He had relied on Yi Qingshui to find the entrance to the secret realm of ice and snow, and he would definitely continue to accompany her. Okay, I think my Qingshui will look beautiful even in antique clothes. While talking, Lin Tianming also accompanied Yi Qingshui to the shop where ancient costumes were rented out for photography. As soon as she entered the store, Yi Qingshui was warmly welcomed by the female owner of the store. While being entertained by the female boss, Yi Qingshui also looked at the dazzling array of ancient costumes, thinking about what she should choose to wear that would fit her best. Lin Tianming was waiting at the entrance of this small antique clothing store. Nearby is a nice street scene with small bridges and flowing water. There are many girls wearing ancient costumes taking pictures nearby. During the scanning process, Lin Tianming was attracted by a beautiful lady with a gentle temperament. The aqua blue antique dress, coupled with the gentle temperament of this beautiful lady, makes her look like a gentle fairy. This woman, who looked as gentle as water, had just taken the last photo, and the girl who was walking with her walked towards Lin Tianming. "Teacher Tianshui, are we going to the ice and snow park later?" "Well, this ice and snow park is also a very interesting attraction in Lingnan ancient city. Since we are here, we must not miss it. We will change into our regular clothes and set off directly." The woman called Teacher Tianshui was the one who looked as gentle as water and left a deep impression on Lin Tianming. Tian Shui's voice, like her appearance and clothing, has a gentle and watery feeling, which is very pleasant to hear and makes it difficult for people to lose their temper with such a gentle person like her. At this moment, Yi Qingshui walked out of the shop and shouted sweetly, "Brother Tianming, do you think I look good in this outfit? White clothes are better than snow, ice muscles and jade bones, so beautiful and immortal. Qingshui, your body matches your ice attributes very well." Lin Tianming was also amazed by Yi Qingshui's ancient style. She had a very good sense and chose the one that suited her best. Seeing that Lin Tianming also liked it, Yi Qingshui was also very happy. "Brother Tianming thinks it looks good, that's no problem, then let's go over there and take some photos and videos." At this time, Tian Shui and her female students had arrived next to Lin Tianming and Yi Qingshui. Both parties were strangers, so naturally they just passed each other and had no interaction with each other. Lin Tianming just admired the beautiful teacher named Tian Shui with the mentality of appreciating the beautiful women on the street, and didn't have much other thoughts. Now that his little girlfriend Yi Qingshui is out, he naturally wants to spend time with her. "Well, come on, Qingshui, I'll help you take pictures." Just when Lin Tianming and Yi Qingshui went to shoot the popular street scene of Shaoqiaoliushui nearby, he heard a voice that did not belong to Yi Qingshui. "I unexpectedly met you here, little brother Tianming." This voice did not belong to Yi Qingshui, but Lin Tianming, who had just heard this voice, immediately thought of the gentle teacher Tianshui just now. There is only one situation where he can overhear his thoughts. That is teacher Tianshui, who is also the goddess in her previous life who was owed by the original owner. Isn't this too unlucky? When you go on a trip, you can meet the reborn goddess who was owed by the original owner. Lin Tianming wanted to stay near the Tianshui teacher for a while, so that he could obtain the other party's specific information through the system. Seeing how the original owner in the previous life deceived teacher Tianshui, he finally figured out how to deal with him. It's a pity that he has to accompany Yi Qingshui now and can't deliberately stay in the store to obtain information for the time being. Just pretend I didn't see you this time. I hope we never meet again. I don't want to have any interaction with you again. Gradually moving away from Tianshui, Lin Tianming also heard the other party's last words. Never again. This Tianshui teacher doesn't seem to have any murderous intention towards the original owner of his body. From the tone of her voice, she must have been cheated by the original owner in her previous life, but it may have something to do with her gentle personality. Rather than settling accounts with the original owner, she wanted to stay away from the original owner in this life. If that were the case, Lin Tianming would be happy not to have any interaction with this Tianshui teacher. It's a headache for him just to deal with Yi Qingshe, Zhang Han, Feng Lan, Wang Yanren, and Alice, who has returned to the northern Yin territory. If Tian Shui comes again, he feels like his head will really explode with a headache. Original owner, how many goddesses did you owe in your last life? Didn't you do even one good thing in your last life? The original owner's mess was really difficult to clean up. At the birth point where he traveled through time, there was a Yi Qingshe who had been tricked. When they arrived at the Imperial Academy, there were Feng Lan, Zhang Han and Wang Yanren. There is also Alice, a talented girl from the northern Yin territory who is far away across the ocean. When traveling to Lingnan Ancient City, you can encounter Tianshui again. Lin Tianming now seriously doubted that the original owner had never done anything in his previous life. But there is one thing to say, the original owner is a genius for being able to trick so many girls without ever showing any regrets. Brother Tianming, Brother Tianming, Brother Tianming, what are you doing? Yi Qingshui's shout rang in his ears, bringing Lin Tianming back to reality from his contemplation of how the original owner had harmed him. He also quickly said, "Sorry, Qingshe, I was distracted just now." Seeing Lin Tianming come to his senses, Yi Qingshe didn't pay too much attention. She also stood next to the small bridge and running water on the street and struck a pose. Brother Tianming, does my posture look good? Take some close-ups for me. It looks great. Just leave the shooting to me. Lin Tianming also likes Yi Qingshui's style of wearing white clothes that outshines the snow. He also took photos of her with great care, recording all her most beautiful aspects. At this time, Tian Shui and her female student had already changed into their regular clothes. She is still wearing a soft aqua-style dress, but she has changed from the ancient style to a normal modern style. The female student asked expectantly, "Teacher Tianshui, can we leave for the ice and snow park now?" "Well, let's go." Before leaving, Tian Shui took one last look at Lin Tianming, who was filming Yi Qingshe not far away. "Hope, never see you again." After whispering in her heart, Tian Shui took her female student and left here. Lin Tianming, after taking a lot of ancient photos and videos with Yi Qingshe, decided to call it a day. After Yi Qingshe changed back into her regular clothes at the female boss's antique clothing store, Lin Tianming left the place with her and set off for the ice and snow paradise. It took less than half an hour for Lin Tianming and Yi Qingshe to arrive at the ice and snow paradise where the secret realm of ice and snow was hidden. This ice and snow park is full of various ice and snow related amusement facilities. The ice and snow inside will not melt all year round. It is really puzzling to ordinary people that in a place with a hot summer climate like Lingnan Ancient City, there is such an ice and snow area that does not melt all year round. But Yi Qingshe knew that this was all related to the secret realm of ice and snow hidden in this ice and snow paradise. It is the power of extreme ice emitted by the secret realm of ice and snow that makes this area have ice and snow that does not melt all year round. The developers of the ice and snow park thought it was profitable, so they built a modern ice and snow park in this area where the ice and snow never melted all year round, with a style that was different from the ancient buildings in Lingnan Ancient City. These two major attractions can attract many tourists to Lingnan Ancient City. Especially in the hot summer, it is undoubtedly the most enjoyable to escape the heat in this ice and snow park. The secret land of ice and snow has not yet opened, so let's have fun with Brother Tianming for an afternoon in this ice and snow paradise. With this in mind, Yi Qingshe pulled Lin Tianming to the skating rink. "Brother Tianming, let's go in and have some fun." Listening to Yi Qingshui's thoughts, Lin Tianming also opened his heart to accompany her to experience the rides in this ice and snow park. "This snowmobile looks pretty good. Brother Tianming, let's go in and try it too. I also want to play with this bumper car on ice, Brother Tianming." There is a large ski resort there, let's go and experience it too, Brother Tianming. Yi Qingshe seemed to have endless energy and was as excited as a child when encountering these rides. Lin Tianming was also infected by Yi Qingshui's energetic personality, and accompanied her to experience each of the rides in the ice and snow park happily. After they had played all the rides in the ice and snow park, the sun was gradually setting. Although they had a great time, Yi Qingshe did not forget that the real purpose of their coming to this ice and snow park was for the secret realm of ice and snow that would open that night. The ice and snow park is only open during the day and closes at night. Yi Qingshe did not choose to stay secretly in this ice and snow paradise, because she wanted to give Lin Tianming the illusion of accidentally discovering the secret land of ice and snow. Go out to have dinner first, wait until it's almost dark, then find an excuse to leave something in the ice and snow park, and sneak in with Brother Tianming. After entering, go to the entrance of the ice and snow secret realm. I believe Brother Tianming will definitely go in with me to explore the secret. When the time comes, Tianming will definitely praise me as a lucky star. I took him into the secret realm last time and got so many artifacts. This time, there are new secret realms and new opportunities. This time, Brother Tianming must be more devoted to me. I wonder how that little vixen Fenglan can seduce Brother Tianming. Listening to Yi Qingshe thinking about Fenglan, Lin Tianming could tell that Yi Qingshe and Fenglan were usually roommates, so they must have a bad relationship. He pretended not to know anything and accompanied Yi Qingshe to a random restaurant outside the ice and snow park for dinner. After dinner, Yi Qingshe saw that it was getting dark, and she began to implement her plan to show her acting personality in front of Lin Tianming. Oops, Brother Tianming, I remembered that I left something very important in the ice and snow park. Let's go back and look for it now. Lin Tianming also followed her words and said, did something very important fall? Then we really have to go back and look for it. Brother Tianming, come with me. Plan pass. Immediately, Brother Tianming was convinced to come back with me. I am indeed a genius. Lin Tianming listened to Yi Qingshui's self-proclaimed genius, but he suppressed a smile and did not expose her. Arriving near the ice and snow park, Lin Tianming pretended to be fake. This ice and snow park seems to be closed. Qingshe, what should we do next? Flip in. We're just going to get what I lost, it'll be fine. Yi Qingshe had already planned it, and she responded instantly, leading Lin Tianming from the blind spot of the surveillance camera into the dark ice and snow paradise. Do you really think I just want to play this afternoon? I have checked all the surveillance blind spots in this ice and snow park. I guarantee that Brother Tianming and I will find the entrance to the secret realm of ice and snow, so that no one will discover it. She thought proudly in her heart that Yi Qingshe was just like returning to her own home. She had already been here during the day and quickly took Lin Tianming into a deserted place. Lin Tianming was a little surprised. He didn't expect his clingy little girlfriend Yi Qingshe to have such delicate thoughts. Soon, Lin Tianming, led by Yi Qingshe, found the entrance to the secret realm of ice and snow. At this time, she was also surprised that Yi Qingshe wanted to pretend. This seems to be the entrance to a secret realm. I didn't expect that when I came in to look for the things I threw, I didn't find it. Instead, I found a secret realm. Brother Tianming, let's go in and have a look. Maybe there is some opportunity waiting for us. Lin Tianming suppressed his laughter and couldn't bear to expose her. And he also followed her inner voice of wanting to be praised by him, and said in surprise, Qingshe, you are really my lucky star. We discovered a secret place 2 months ago, and now you lead me to find such a place accidentally. Secret realm. Lin Tianming's praise also made Yi Qingshe feel very happy. She said shyly, I'm just lucky. Brother Tianming, don't talk about this anymore, let's go in and take a look. Lin Tianming nodded slightly, and walked into the secret realm of ice and snow hidden in the ice and snow paradise with Yi Qingshe. Not long after Lin Tianming and Yi Qingshe entered this secret realm of ice and snow, a girl with an unsheathed sword in her left hand also came here. If Lin Tianming and Yi Qingshe saw her, they would definitely recognize her as Feng Lan. Feng Lan came here because she wanted to find her own opportunity based on her rebirth experience in her previous life. In this secret realm of ice and snow, there is a wind god bead that she had obtained in her previous life. In this life, when she returns from rebirth, she will naturally not miss the treasure that belongs to her, the wind god bead. She only wanted the wind god bead, which was supposed to fall into her hands due to fate, and she was not interested in other opportunities in this secret realm of ice and snow. But thinking that after her rebirth in this life, many things were different from the previous life due to the butterfly effect, Feng Lan's intuition told her that she might encounter some twists and turns if she wanted to get the wind god pearl in this life. But no matter what, Feng Lan will decide on this wind god pearl. Thinking of this, Feng Lan quickly submerged into the secret realm of ice and snow with steps as elegant as the wind. As soon as he entered the secret realm of ice and snow, Lin Tianming felt a deep chill sweep through his body, making him shiver from the cold. Hiss, is it so cold in here? Qingshe, do you have any skills to keep warm? Walking in the endless ice and snow, Lin Tianming asked Yi Qingshe beside him. Why don't you speak, Qingshe? When he received no response, Lin Tianming looked beside him in confusion. It was okay not to look at it, but when he looked at Lin Tianming, he found that Yi Qingshe, who entered the secret realm of ice and snow with him, was missing. Lin Tianming's heart skipped a beat, and he took a deep breath. The cold air here entered his body and made him feel cold all over. Not daring to take another deep breath, Lin Tianming quickly looked around to find Yi Qingshe, but couldn't see anything around him. Moreover, the entrance to the secret realm of ice and snow that he and Yi Qingshe entered also disappeared, and everything around them was a world of ice and snow with no visible boundaries. Before entering the Lost Land and the mechanical secret realm, Lin Tianming had never encountered such a situation of being unable to find the exit. Is this the secret realm of ice and snow? It seems that I can only rely on myself first. Qingshe has an ice attribute ability, so I will probably be like a fish in water here, and I won't encounter any danger. After muttering something to himself, Lin Tianming also had violent thunder power emerging from his body. Furious thunder armor. With the thunder armor added, Lin Tianming tried to use the defensive power of the thunder armor to resist the cold air here. The bone-chilling cold air in the secret realm of ice and snow directly ignored his furious thunder armor and penetrated into his body, still freezing his whole body. If this continues, it won't be long before he is frozen into an ice sculpture and becomes a mere sight in this secret realm of ice and snow. Lin Tianming didn't want to turn into an ice sculpture for visitors to see, so he once again used the new fire attribute skills he learned from Wang Yanren. Phoenix Flame Aegis. The blazing phoenix flames turned into a phoenix flame shield that protected his whole body, instantly protecting Lin Tianming from the biting cold wind and ice and snow. Moreover, the phoenix flame shield also provided Lin Tianming with a warm current, warming Lin Tianming's body. It seems that in this secret realm of ice and snow, Senior Yanren's fire attribute skills seemed to be more useful. It was much warmer, and Lin Tianming also praised Wang Yanren's wonderful use of the phoenix flame shield. No longer worried about the harsh frost and snow weather here, Lin Tianming continued to move forward. It didn't take long for Lin Tianming to come to an ice bridge. Surrounded by a bottomless abyss of ice and snow, there was only an ice bridge for Lin Tianming to continue moving forward. In front of the ice bridge, there is a stone tablet frozen by the ice, with a long-lost writing written on it. Relying on the theoretical knowledge he had learned at the Awakened Preschool Training Academy, Lin Tianming could still recognize the words above. Lin Tianming murmured the name of the bridge, Minghan Bridge. What he cared about most was the word Ming. Could it be referring to the underworld? While thinking, Lin Tianming also looked at the Minghan Bridge across the abyss. There are still 3 living people on the Minghan Bridge. However, the situation of the 3 living people was not optimistic, and their feet were all frozen in place. Lin Tianming remembered that Yi Qingshe said that on the first day the secret realm of ice and snow opens, many people will come in looking for opportunities. It seems that these 3 people should be other people exploring the secret besides him and Yi Qingshe. I obviously have ice attribute powers, but it's still very difficult for me to walk on this netherfrost bridge. My feet were frozen before I even reached half the length of the bridge. It's over. The terrifying power of extreme ice is still spreading upwards. If it continues like this, my whole body will be frozen here. Think of a way. We are here to find a chance, and I don't want to die here like this. Under Lin Tianming's gaze, the ice that froze the 3 people was also spreading upward at a visible speed. In just a few seconds, the ice spreading from bottom to top spread to the waists of the three people, and they would be completely frozen in a few seconds. Lin Tianming hesitated for a moment, then stepped onto the Minghan Bridge. As soon as he stepped onto the nether cold bridge, Lin Tianming felt the extremely strong power of ice frantically impacting his phoenix flame aegis, trying to freeze him in place like the three people in front of him. Fortunately, the phoenix flame aegis is indeed a growth skill in the Shinto field. At level 16, it also gives Lin Tianming extremely strong defensive capabilities, temporarily resisting the even more powerful freezing power of the nether cold bridge. At the same time, the three people just in front of Lin Tianming had been frozen into three humanoid ice sculptures. And their vitality is also passing away little by little after being frozen into ice sculptures. When Lin Tianming saw this scene, he continued to move forward, and soon he came to the three people. Suddenly, the entire Minghan Bridge trembled violently, and the bottomless abyss of ice and snow also let out blood-curdling wails. Immediately afterwards, the surrounding cold air was no longer simply the power of extreme ice, but also revealed bursts of gloomy aura, as if there was resentment surrounding it. Shadows of dead souls exuding a cold and dark air gradually appeared in front of Lin Tianming's eyes and attacked him. His pupils shrank slightly, and Lin Tianming immediately trampled on the Minghan Bridge. Thunder trample. Under Lin Tianming's thunderous trampling, the entire Minghan Bridge shook even more violently. But the surrounding ghost souls that were attacking him were also shocked to death by electricity. I thought this was the end, but more dead souls exuding the cold death energy of the netherworld appeared around them, launching a new wave of offensive against Lin Tianming again. Lin Tianming also understood the meaning of the Netherfrost Bridge at this moment. In addition to the power of extreme ice that freezes everything, there will also be dead souls that exude the aura of the netherworld and demand their lives. Lin Tianming's intuition told him that most of these dead souls with strong cold and death aura would not be able to kill them all, and he would eventually be consumed to death if he stayed on this bridge. For his own safety, Lin Tianming also decided to cross the bridge quickly. Thunder rages. With the thunderous and violent speed increase, Lin Tianming also moved forward at an even faster speed. Without a head-on confrontation with the newly reborn souls, Lin Tianming escaped disaster for the time being. But the three people who were frozen in place were miserable. The dead souls, exuding cold death energy, pounced on the ice sculptures of the three of them and ate them in a brutal way. In just a moment, the three people were eaten up and wiped clean by the dead souls and the ice sculptures. Seeing this, Lin Tianming also continued to move forward. However, as Lin Tianming continued to move forward, the power of extreme ice that seemed to be able to freeze everything became stronger and stronger. Even though Lin Tianming's Phoenix Flame Aegis defense was really strong, cracks still appeared little by little. And what's even worse is that new dead souls also appeared in front of Lin Tianming, blocking his way. On the left, right, above, below, and from behind when he came, these dead souls blocked him in all directions without blind spots. Each one of them breathed in the cold air and coveted Lin Tianming, a living person. Accompanied by the horrifying howls of the dead souls, all the dead souls rushed towards Lin Tianming. Thunder trample. Psychic storm. Lin Tianming also used his two attack skills in succession. Under the previous violent thunder, the terrifying power of thunder spread from the center of Lin Tianming to all directions. The tornado storm condensed with the power of spiritual ascension also protected Lin Tianming in the eye of the storm, attacking all the dead souls around him. Under the power of Lin Tianming's two high attack skills, all the dead souls in all directions were scattered. Just when Lin Tianming wanted to take this opportunity to move forward, more dead souls appeared around him at a faster speed. As long as we are on this bridge, these dead souls will probably be endless. The power of extreme ice that seems to be able to freeze everything is getting stronger and stronger. Along with the sound of the Phoenix Flame shield breaking, Lin Tianming also lost the protection of his strongest defensive skill. In an instant, the power of extreme ice that continuously superimposed power during this period also froze Lin Tianming into an ice sculpture. What Lin Tianming least wanted to see happened, and the new dead souls pounced on him one by one. Soon, Lin Tianming, who turned into an ice sculpture, was surrounded by dense crowds of souls seeking their lives. They gnawed at the ice sculptures ferociously, trying to eat Lin Tianming and everyone on the ice. At this critical moment, the silver-white machine ascended and shone brightly. Lin Tianming, who was in a hurry, immediately used mechanical transformation and transformed into a mechanical body. The solid ice was instantly shattered by Lin Tianming's mechanical body, and the dead souls that flew towards him were incinerated one by the boiling and burning spiritual sparks at close range. I'm not afraid of these dead souls. My spiritual sparks and psychic storms are skills that attack souls. They can't withstand my attacks without entities, but there are too many of them. As soon as he used spiritual sparks to extinguish a batch of dead souls, Lin Tianming was besieged by a new batch of dead souls. The terrifying power of extreme ice that continued to accumulate over time also froze Lin Tianming's mechanical body again the moment he took a step forward. The most troublesome thing is indeed the power of extreme ice on this bridge. Lin Tianming, who transformed into a mechanical body, once again shattered the ice that froze him, and the blazing phoenix flame shield rose up around the periphery. With the help of the dual skills of mechanical transformation and phoenix flame aegis, Lin Tianming was finally able to move forward. He didn't take the endless stream of dead souls seriously at all. Lin Tianming didn't even want to use his spiritual ascension skills now. Through these few attacks, Lin Tianming discovered a pattern. The more these dead souls are killed, the more dead souls will appear. If they are not killed, more dead souls will not appear. It is better to let them maintain their current number. The dead soul exuding a cold aura rushed towards him, sticking to his phoenix flame aegis and biting madly. Coupled with the fact that the further he advanced, the stronger the power of extreme ice eroded, and his phoenix flame aegis quickly shattered. The dead souls immediately hung on his mechanical body and bit into it, but no matter how they bit, the mechanical body showed no signs of damage. Originally, Lin Tianming wanted to continue using the Phoenix Flame Shield to isolate these dead souls. When he saw that they could not break through his mechanical body defense, he immediately stopped. Teacher Zhang Han's training in thunder pool bathing is quite effective. However, he still had to guard against the erosion of the extreme ice power on the periphery, otherwise he would be frozen in place as he walked. Thinking of this, Lin Tianming used the Phoenix Flame Shield again. Only this time, his Phoenix Flame Aegis surrounded the dead souls that were hanging on his mechanical body and biting them randomly. Bite. Try harder. If you bite hard enough, I lose. Lin Tianming, whose defense was not broken at all, yawned and allowed these dead souls to bite him. Moving forward, because of Lin Tianming's strategy, the number of dead souls always remained at the number of dead souls he killed the last time, and did not increase as the number of dead souls was killed again and again. He found the right way to deal with the dead souls, but Lin Tianming still had to face the threat that the power of extreme ice that invaded him would continue to grow with every step he took. There is still a long way to go before reaching the other side of the Netherfrost Bridge. Lin Tianming analyzed based on the rapidly growing ice power around him. If he walked not long, even if the Phoenix Flame Aegis and the mechanical body were protecting him at the same time, he would probably still be able to reach the other side. Is frozen. After freezing, it can no longer be forcibly shattered. Thinking of this, Lin Tianming stopped in his footsteps, and the chill around him that was increasing every minute also stopped growing with his footsteps. The bites and bites of these dead souls and the erosion of the cold air along the way seemed to have made the defense of my Phoenix Flame Shield and mechanical transformation skills much stronger than when I used them at the beginning. Maybe I should stop first, just like when I was baptized by Teacher Zhang Han in the Thunder Pond, and wait until my Phoenix Flame Aegis and mechanical body defense have grown enough to completely complete the Netherfrost Bridge before moving forward. Quote. When Lin Tianming thought of this, he stood still even more firmly. This Ninghan Bridge seemed extremely dangerous, but in fact it was also an opportunity for him. Why not hone his mechanical transformation and Phoenix Flame Aegis on this Ninghan Bridge? It's a pity that his furious thunder armor can't prevent the cold air from entering his body, so he can't be trained on this Netherfrost Bridge. But it's not bad to be able to practice mechanical transformation and Phoenix Flame Aegis defense. Thinking of this, Lin Tianming sat down directly and activated the mechanical transformation and Phoenix Flame Shield with all his strength. He still chose not to kill the dead souls, lest their increasing number would pose a greater threat to him. Lin Tianming is practicing defense here, and his physical consumption must also be considered. If the defense of the Phoenix Flame Shield and mechanical transformation were to be raised to the limit, causing him to run out of strength and unable to walk, he would die of exhaustion on the Netherfrost Bridge no matter how much his defense was raised. This place is no better than Teacher Zhang Han's special training. She will see me remove the thunder pool when I reach my limit. No one will help me to have a good rest when I reach my limit here. I have to control my physical consumption at all times. After warning himself, Lin Tianming always paid attention to his power consumption to avoid irreversible accidents. As time went by, Lin Tianming's Phoenix Flame Aegis and mechanical body gradually improved their defense against cold erosion and the attacks of the dead souls due to the dangerous test of the Nether Cold Bridge. The power in his body was rapidly passing away at an alarming rate because of this cultivation that was accompanied by the crisis of death. When 2/3 of his physical energy was consumed, Lin Tianming performed calculations and analysis based on his remaining physical strength and the current defense strength of the Phoenix Flame Shield and the mechanical body, and concluded that he could no longer continue to practice and improve in place. It seems that this is the limit of training here. If I continue to improve my defense, it will be impossible for me to walk out of this Netherfrost Bridge if my physical fitness is almost insufficient. But the problem now is that my physical fitness is enough, but my defense seems to be a little bit worse. Falling into a dilemma that Lin Tianming least wanted to see, neither advancing nor retreating. Lin Tianming narrowed his eyes slightly, but finally took the step forward resolutely. As Lin Tianming set off again, the cold air that had stopped growing began to increase sharply. Fortunately, Lin Tianming's previously stopped defense was improved enough, and the Phoenix Flame Shield could temporarily resist the cold air erosion for the first distance. Coupled with the blessing of the mechanical body, Lin Tianming ignored the dead souls still hanging on his body and accelerated his pace. However, as Lin Tianming got closer and closer to the other side of Minghan Bridge, the icy cold air around him also climbed to his limit. His rapid speed was seriously hindered, and Lin Tianming's steps became slower and slower under the erosion of the cold air. Now he is almost reaching his limit just by maintaining the Phoenix Flame Aegis and the mechanical body. Once the Phoenix Flame Shield and the mechanical body are completely broken, the dead souls who were not a threat in the first place can eat him up and wipe them clean. As Lin Tianming analyzed when he started again, his physical fitness is enough, but his defense is still a little bit behind. Just a few steps away, his Phoenix Flame Aegis and mechanical body finally couldn't hold on. The shattering of the Phoenix Flame Shield caused the heartbreaking cold air and ice to erode his body even more violently. The mechanical body could not hold on. Lin Tianming, who had returned to his physical body, was not only trembling with cold under the erosion of the cold air, but even the bites of the dead souls that had not threatened him before began to leave a line on his physical body. A horrific bloodstain. Get out of here. Do you really think I can't kill you? Boom. The psychic storm instantly tore the dead souls that had bitten Lin Tianming into pieces with scars, and Lin Tianming's body gradually weakened. Psychic transformation. If the mechanical body can't hold on any longer, then use the spirit body to quickly cross the Netherfrost Bridge. However, Lin Tianming far underestimated the power of ice in Ninghan Bridge, which was an ice attribute that could freeze even the soul. In the last few steps, as soon as Lin Tianming entered the soul spirit form, he endured an even more eerie and terrifying cold air. His spirit body was instantly frozen, and because of his killing of the dead souls, the number of the new batch of dead souls also doubled, and they rushed towards him again with bared teeth and claws. He can't die yet. A strong desire to survive was born in Lin Tianming's heart. At the critical moment, Lin Tianming once again triggered the supreme soul state of mind that the heart is better than things. The powerful spiritual ascension power complied with Lin Tianming's desire for immortality, injecting him with a powerful force to enhance his two most critical skills for passing the Netherfrost Bridge. Lin Tianming felt happy when he felt that the ability of the Phoenix Flame Aegis and the mechanical transformation to withstand the erosion of cold air had greatly increased. Phoenix Flame Aegis. Mechanical transformation. The blazing phoenix flames turned into a flame shield, burning the ice that had frozen Lin Tianming's spirit body. Lin Tianming's spirit body was transformed into a mechanical body again, and he was able to withstand the skyrocketing number of dead souls without any injuries. As Lin Tianming took the last few steps forward, the souls of the dead disappeared on their own as they left the Minghan Bridge. The terrifying cold air exerted on Lin Tianming by Ninghan Bridge dissipated in an instant, making Lin Tianming feel relieved. After his strong desire to survive was fulfilled, the light of spiritual ascension surrounding Lin Tianming also dissipated, allowing him to exit the highest state of mind on the road to spiritual ascension where the heart is more important than matter. Finally, we're here. It would be great if this mind over matter state of soaring spiritual power could be triggered at any time. It was really dangerous just now, but luckily there was no danger. Take a trip to the Minghan Bridge and bring it to me. There's been a lot of improvement. While talking, Lin Tianming was also excitedly feeling the huge improvement in resisting cold erosion caused by the Phoenix Flame Shield and mechanical transformation. Just when Lin Tianming was about to continue on the road, he felt an extremely powerful high-level water attribute power suddenly rising from the Minghan Bridge behind him. Lin Tianming, who had already passed the Minghan Bridge, looked back and saw a beautiful lady with a gentle and watery temperament walking across the Minghan Bridge quickly on the rushing waves. Lin Tianming couldn't help but feel a little numb when he saw this gentle lady suddenly appearing. Isn't this the teacher Tianshui who was also tricked by the original owner during the day? At the same time that Lin Tianming discovered Tian Shui, who was riding the waves on the Minghan Bridge, also immediately discovered Lin Tianming. Sitting on the huge waves, she looked down at Lin Tianming who had reached the other shore with a calm face, but her heart was not calm at all. It's him again. He promised to never see him again in this life, so why can he still meet Tianming's little brother when he enters a secret realm of ice and snow? Shouldn't he in the previous life be practicing at the Imperial Academy to improve his level? Meeting Lin Tianming stirred up waves in his heart. Tian Shui took a deep breath and continued to cross the Minghan Bridge quickly on the waves. Compared with Lin Tianming, a low-level awakener who had just awakened his powers for more than 2 months, Tian Shui crossed the Minghan Bridge with ease. No matter whether it is the ghosts of the dead in the Nether Cold Bridge or the cold air that becomes more and more terrifying the closer the Nether Cold Bridge is to the other side, they cannot hinder the water in the sky. Looking at Tian Shui speeding through the Minghan Bridge, and then thinking about the girl who followed Tian Shui during the day and called her teacher Tian Shui, Lin Tianming was sure that she was a high-level awakened person. Why do I feel like he seems a little afraid of me? Could it be that he recognizes me? It shouldn't be possible. I am the reborn one. He must have been separated from the girl next to him in a secret realm and suddenly met me, a stranger, so he would be so wary. Tian Shui stared at Lin Tianming for a while, and she showed a gentle smile. Don't be nervous, I am also an awakened person who came to this secret land of ice and snow to find opportunities. Little brother, we met by chance at the ancient buildings in Lingnan Ancient City during the day. I remember that there was a girl about your age next to you. I guess you got separated in this secret place, right? No matter in his heart or in the tone of his words, Lin Tianming could not feel the murderous intention of this Tianshui teacher. He hesitated and nodded. Well, we got separated as soon as we entered this secret realm of ice and snow. Lin Tianming's answer did not surprise Tianshui. She also explained Lin Tianming's doubts in a gentle tone. Once you enter this secret realm of ice and snow, even if you come in with others, you will be randomly teleported to a point in the secret realm of ice and snow. I didn't expect that we would be teleported because we are so destined. Come to this Minghan Bridge. It's quite destined. Lin Tianming didn't want to be so destined to Tian Shui. Meeting her is like one more mess to deal with. Not only did he not want to have a fate with Tian Shui also didn't want to have such a fate with him. It's not a good thing to be so destined. If possible, I really don't want to meet you again in this life. Sighing inwardly, Tian Shui still had a gentle expression on the surface, which made it difficult for people to lose their temper with such a gentle woman like her. My name is Tianshui, and I am Tianshui, a teacher at Shujing Academy in Donghai City, Kyushu. What about you, little brother? Tian Shui knew who he was but still pretended to meet him for the first time, and Lin Tianming responded as she wished. So you are still a teacher at the Academy of Advanced Awakeners. Hello, teacher Tianshui, my name is Lin Tianming, and I am a student at the Imperial Academy in the Imperial Capital. I seem to have some impression of Lin Tianming from the Imperial Academy. He is the first-year freshman from the Imperial Academy who is very popular on the internet recently. He personally defeated the second-year student Lei Dong who represented Kyushu in the Global Advanced Awakened Academy competition. Teacher Tianshui, thank you. I didn't expect you to know these things about me, hehe. With your talent, you will still have a good chance of winning the Global Advanced Awakener Academy competition on behalf of Kyushu in a year's time. Although you are not from our Shujing Academy, you still have to work hard. I'm looking forward to your performance then. Tian Shui's gentle voice throughout the whole process, coupled with her gentle temperament and smile, made Lin Tianming feel warm from the inside out in this secret land of ice and snow. This teacher Tianshui is too gentle. Thanks to teacher Tianshui for your respect, I will work hard to practice and strive to win glory for JoJo in 1 year. By the way, teacher Tianshui, where is the girl who followed you during the day? Did you get separated from her too? Facing Lin Tianming's question, Tian Shui replied gently, I brought the child to Lingnan Ancient City to play. This secret realm of ice and snow was too dangerous for her, so I left her to rest in a nearby hotel. Quote. Lin Tianming suddenly realized, so that's it. Wait for me first. I'll take over the Minghan Bridge, and then we'll go on the road together. With me by your side, you'll be safer. Although I don't want to meet him again, but if I do, let him get out. It will be like cutting off the grudges from our previous life. After we get out, we will have nothing to do with him. To be honest, if he hadn't heard Tian Shui's inner voice that he had no murderous intention towards him, Lin Tianming would not have dared to follow the reborn goddess who must have been tricked by the original owner when they met for the first time. At the same time, Lin Tianming also had questions in his heart that he had had during the day. Listening to her voice, she must have been tricked by the original owner. It's just that she is different from other goddess reborns who were tricked by the original owner. She has no murderous intention towards him, she just doesn't want to see him again. Is it really because she has such a gentle personality that she doesn't want to kill him in this life, but wants to avoid him by never seeing him again? When Lin Tianming was puzzled, his system finally sounded a prompt. The system has automatically bound the host to the goddess Tianshui within the range. The host can perfectly eavesdrop on the voice of the goddess Tianshui. Tian Shui, a teacher at Shui Jing Academy in Donghai City, Kyushu, has an SSS-level water attribute talent. He has strong combat power and also possesses the miraculous water attribute healing power. He is the future goddess of Tian Shui. Before his rebirth, while the original owner was being hunted for killing the Feng family leader in the imperial capital, he encountered the original owner Lin Tianming, who was seriously injured in an accident. Tian Shui has a gentle temperament. When she encounters a seriously injured person, she also rescues Lin Tianming without knowing Lin Tianming's specific identity. Lin Tianming, who was rescued, also captured Tian Shui's heart through his mouth that was very good at pleasing girls, and gained a temporary hiding place. It's a pity that Lin Tianming, the original owner who has harmed so many people, cannot change his true nature. When he learned that Tian Shui had the source of pure water, he took away Tian Shui's pure water source while Tian Shui was practicing without any precautions. Tian Shui only found out about the trap after the fact. The man in question is Lin Tianming, the most heinous criminal in Kyushu. Heartbroken, she had been avoiding the fact that Lin Tianming almost killed her when he took away her pure water source because of her gentle personality. Not long after Lin Tianming took away her pure water source, she heard the sad news of Lin Tianming's tragic death. This also became the inner demon for her to become a god in the future. In the end, the inner demon broke out in the era when the 3 Ascension Kingdoms came, and she died in a battle to protect the students of Shujing Academy. As Lin Tianming read the information about teacher Tianshui provided by the system, he fell into silence. It turned out to be exactly what he thought. The female teacher Tian Shui, who had always been gentle in appearance, temperament, and personality, didn't want to kill him because her personality was too gentle. Through Tian Shui's information, Lin Tianming also learned that the original owner had tricked so many people in his previous life. When he met a gentle person like Tian Shui who kindly took him in, he was not influenced but always insisted on tricking others for power. If Tian Shui kindly took him in, he would be a good person and stay anonymous, which would be a good choice. It's a pity that the original owner has harmed so many people and has no intention of repenting. This is really a great evil. After reading so much information about the reborn goddess, Lin Tianming is becoming more and more curious. How did the original owner, who was so capable of deceiving people, die? Through Tianshui's goddess reborn information, Lin Tianming also learned that she was the second goddess reborn to live until the time when the three ascended kingdoms came. The last one is Alice, the goddess of ingenuity in the northern Yin realm. Phoenix flame goddess Wang Yanran, wind sword goddess Feng Lan, and ice goddess Yi Qingxie all died in the era of the advent of the gods. His teacher Zhang Han was the worst. He was tricked and killed by the original owner in the land of disaster, and he died the earliest. What will happen in the era of the coming of gods and the coming of the three ascended kingdoms of gods? For the time being, he could not understand these major events in the future. Lin Tianming, who had never experienced them before, shook his head and simply looked at Tian Shui intently. Under Lin Tianming's gaze, Tian Shui's whole body exuded soft water attribute energy. The soft water attribute energy quickly condensed into a huge raging wave, attacking towards the Minghan Bridge. Snapped. As soon as the huge waves hit the Minghan Bridge, they collapsed on their own and turned into invisible water attribute energy, which then wrapped the Minghan Bridge in a bridge-shaped water ball. Rise. The moment Lin Tianming heard Tian Shui's voice, Minghan Bridge was pulled up by teacher Tian Shui's more powerful water attribute power and floated in midair. For a moment, the bottomless ice abyss resounded with frantic screams of dead souls. As if aware that the Minghan Bridge was about to be taken away by Tian Shui, a series of terrifying dead souls far beyond what Lin Tianming had dealt with before flew out from under the ice abyss, trying to prevent Tian Shui from taking away the Minghan Bridge. Lin Tianming couldn't help but take a breath when he saw this scene. What powerful souls, each one is much stronger than all the souls I faced when crossing the bridge combined. While Lin Tianming lamented the strength of these dead souls, Tian Shui remained calm and composed, determined to win the Minghan Bridge. The water is long and the river is long. A long river that is enough to cover the entire ice abyss quickly emerges from the condensation of sky water, and instantly drowns all the powerful dead souls that try to fly out from the ground. Rest in peace, ancient heroic spirits. Only when this Netherfrost Bridge falls into my hands can it exert its residual heat. I think you don't want the descendants you sacrificed everything to protect to still be annihilated in the hands of those strange gods in the future, right? Under the sound of Tian Shui that seemed to purify people's souls, the souls of those drowned by the long river no longer looked ferocious, and slowly dissipated with expressions of rest. Although these words were not addressed to Lin Tianming also felt an unprecedented peace of mind when he heard Tian Shui's voice that seemed to have some kind of magical power. As the dead souls rested in peace, Tian Shui further purified the cold and ghostly resentment on the Ninghan Bridge. A stream with healing waves poured continuously from Tian Shui's palm into the Minghan Bridge. In just a moment, the Ninghan Bridge, which previously exuded the aura of death, turned into a beautiful water bridge filled with the power of water spirits. It finally succeeded. In my previous life, I failed to purify the resentment of the ancient heroic spirits in Ninghan Bridge. Coupled with the attack of inner demons, I finally died while guarding Shujing Academy. With the help of this purified water spirit bridge in this life, my water elemental attribute power will definitely be stronger than in the previous life as it grows later. Tian Shui was very happy after successfully purifying the resentful Minghan Bridge into Shuiling Bridge. She also turned around and looked at Lin Tianming, smiling and saying, "Little brother Tianming, didn't you expect that the Minghan Bridge could still be conquered?" Lin Tianming also replied, "Indeed, but even if I know it, with my strength, I am definitely not as capable as you, teacher Tian Shui, to conquer it. This Minghan Bridge was originally called Shuiling Bridge. Let me tell you its origin. In ancient times, a group of human pioneers fought against the Deception God here in order to save mankind from the ravages of the Deception God. They used the power of the Shuiling Bridge's water spirit. Only then was he able to kill the strange god. The power of the strange god far exceeded the expectations of these human pioneers. Even after death, his body was still brutally killing everyone who participated in the war. The immortal will of the human pioneers turned into lingering souls here. And this Shuiling Bridge was also eroded by the death energy of the netherworld for many years, and turned into the Netherfrost Bridge you just saw." Quote, "Unexpectedly, Shuiling Bridge had such an origin, and the experienced Lin Tianming also took this opportunity to ask Tian Shui for advice. It turns out that Shuiling Bridge has such an origin. Teacher Tian Shui, do the strange gods you just mentioned refer to those divine monsters that only exist in legends?" When asked by Lin Tianming, Tian Shui didn't know how to answer him. The God realm monsters sealed in the demon tomb are incomparable to the real God of evil. In front of the God of God, all God-level monsters are just ants crushed to death at will. The God of deception, as well as the three gods who ascended to the kingdom of God, are powerful beings that far surpass the monsters in the divine realm. Now I tell little brother Tianming that he doesn't understand. Thinking of this, Tian Shui shook his head. I'm sure that the God of deception is definitely not a God-level monster, but I don't know what kind of existence the deception God is. Lin Tianming could eavesdrop on her heart, and he could clearly hear what she was thinking just now. Teacher Tianshui was one of the few reborn goddesses he met who had survived the era of the advent of the gods and lived in the era of the advent of the three ascended kingdoms of gods. Therefore, Lin Tianming still feels that her voice is very credible. Can the God of deception and the three ascended gods of the divine kingdom be able to crush the monsters of the divine realm to death at will? Lin Tianming had a vague idea of the fighting power of the devious god and the three ascended gods. Lin Tianming also kept this in mind so that he would be better prepared when meeting him in the future. No longer thinking about this problem that was still far away from him, Lin Tianming looked at Tianshui and said, Teacher Tianshui, if you take over the Shuiling Bridge, where should we go next? When talking about this question, Tianshui did not answer Lin Tianming immediately, but fell into brief contemplation. I came to this secret realm of ice and snow just because I wanted the water spirit bridge. The remaining opportunities are dispensable to me and of little help. Do you want to leave? Or help him find his lost girl? Lin Tianming also heard Tian Shui's desire to leave. If she really wanted to leave, Lin Tianming would not stop her in any way and would even send her off. Although she has no murderous intention towards him now, no one can guarantee that she will stay with him for a long time. If she is overstimulated and decides not to escape, she will directly kill him. If she accompanies him to continue deep into the secret realm of ice and snow, Lin Tianming will accept it. With the help of such a powerful awakened person, his next journey will be easier. So no matter what Tian Shui chooses, Lin Tianming will respect her choice. Let's help him find that girl, just like severing the grudges between me and him in the previous life. After this time, I will never have anything to do with him again. In the end, Tian Shui decided to accompany Lin Tianming to explore the secret realm of ice and snow. She asked Lin Tianming, Little brother Tianming, do you want to find your lost girl? Lin Tianming, who knew she would accompany him, also nodded, yes. Then let me accompany you. I happen to want to wander around in this secret realm of ice and snow, so I'll take it as a ride. Teacher Tianshui, I just saw that your water attribute skill that flooded the entire ice abyss was so powerful. Are you a top awakener? It's not even close, she's still 5 levels behind your teacher Zhang Han, but with this Shuiling Bridge, I believe I can catch up with her soon. Lin Tian saw that the water attribute skill Tian Shui had just cast had the power of a super forbidden spell, and he thought she was also a top awakener. He was surprised. He didn't expect that Tianshui was still 5 levels short of the top awakener. However, thinking that Tian Shui had mentioned his teacher Zhang Han just now, Lin Tianming became playful and decided to tease this teacher Tian Shui. So there are still 5 levels left. Wait, teacher Tianshui, how did you know that my teacher is Zhang Han? When asked by Lin Tianming, Tian Shui's pretty face was a little flustered. When I was communicating with little brother Tianming, I brought in the memories of my previous life and said it smoothly. He is not a reborn person. I have to be careful when talking to him in the future, so as not to expose the secret of my reborn person. Lin Tianming listened to Tian Shui's self-admonishment and realized that he was just having fun teasing Tian Shui on purpose. Under the gaze of Lin Tianming, who was holding back a smile, Tian Shui organized some words, you have become so famous recently. Even in Shujing Academy, I can learn some things about you online. Last time I saw a special introduction to you. In the video, it is mentioned that your teacher is Zhang Han, the youngest top awakened person in Kyushu. After explaining, Tian Shui, who had made up a temporary reason, was still a little uneasy, fearing that Lin Tianming would continue to ask questions, causing her to make mistakes. Lin Tianming just wanted to tease this gentle female teacher on a whim, but he also knew how to do it within a certain limit and not to go too far. He did not continue to ask further. I didn't expect that I would be so famous. It seems that I will have to keep a low profile in the future. Yes, the donkey down the slope of Tianshui echoed, feeling relieved. The matter of being reborn is my biggest reliance in this life of rebirth. I must keep it well. No matter how close I am, I cannot say it. This is not only for the people around me, but also for myself. Lin Tianming suppressed laughter throughout the whole process, enjoying hearing Tian Shui's inner voice that he thought he could keep the secret of rebirth. As expected, each of these goddess rebirths feels that they are unique rebirths, just like the protagonists of those rebirth novels. Lin Tianming and Tian Shui left the original location of Minghan Bridge together, and unknowingly they came to an ancient ruins battlefield. Various weapons that had existed for unknown lengths of time were frozen here, and Lin Tianming's eyes lit up immediately. But under his careful observation, the frozen weapons in this ancient ruins battlefield were all very ordinary ancient weapons, very backward. After glancing around and not seeing any treasure worth taking away, Lin Tianming looked at Tian Shui beside him. Teacher Tianshui, did you have any special knowledge of this secret realm of ice and snow when you came here? Are there any good treasures here? Somewhat surprised that Lin Tianming would ask her this question at this time, Tian Shui looked at the center of the ancient ruins battlefield. Little brother Tianming, he really asked the right person. In my last life, I almost visited this secret land of ice and snow. I know everything there is, but in my last life, I didn't get the Shuiling Bridge that suits me best. In the center of this ancient ruins battlefield, the extremely dilapidated-looking bell is an ice-attributed artifact called the Ice Bell. After hesitating for a moment, Tianshui, who was already satisfied with Shuilingqiao, pointed the way to Lin Tianming. I did do some homework before coming here, and I have a certain understanding of this place, but I only know how to get there. As for the specific opportunities, I don't know, but the clock in the center seems a bit weird to me. Maybe you can go over and take a look. Although he gave Lin Tianming some pointers, Tian Shui was not optimistic that Lin Tianming would get the ice bell. I forgot to tell you that this ice and snow secret realm is a little different from other secret realms. The artifacts in it need to be conquered to obtain them. If you have an SSS-level ice attribute talent, you can hope to conquer it at level 16. If you are not an ice attribute talent, the level is so low. Even if your hand of God is really strong, there is a high probability that you will not be able to conquer it. Artifact. Lin Tianming had already arrived at the center of the ancient ruins battlefield, and he overheard Tian Shui's disapproval of him. Even so, Lin Tianming was still very interested in the ice crystal clock in front of him. With his right hand falling on the Ningbing bell, Lin Tianming imagined directly establishing contact with the artifact as he did in the mechanical secret realm before. Who would have thought that when his hand fell on the ice bell, his soul was suddenly stung by some extremely weird and terrifying power. It seemed that in the invisible void, there was a pair of unspeakable eyes of terror staring at him. This was the first time Lin Tianming encountered such a strange situation. His soul was stung and he couldn't help but take a step back, and his big hand on the Ningbing bell was released. Not surprised at all that Lin Tianming would be like this, Tian Shui also stepped forward. She said to Lin Tianming in a gentle tone, "This secret realm of ice and snow still retains the power of the mysterious god who was suppressed by the ancient human pioneers. If it doesn't work, forget it. I will try again." Lin Tianming felt that he would fail. It was just the first time he encountered such a situation. After experiencing it just now, he didn't feel that the mysterious power that stung his soul was so terrifying. Since it is the power that stings the soul that prevents him from obtaining the ice bell, then he will try using the power of spiritual ascension that is also related to soul power. Under Tian Shui's incredible gaze, Lin Tianming's body surged with the light of spiritual ascension. Tian Shui is a goddess reborn who has survived for a long time in the era when the three ascended kingdoms of gods came. She has also fought against spiritually ascended gods. So as soon as the light of spiritual ascension surged around Lin Tianming's body, Tian Shui recognized it as the power of spiritual ascension. This is the spirit. The spiritual power that only those spiritual ascendants in the kingdom of God have. Isn't Tianming's little brother's superpower the hand of God? How can one have the power of a psychic ascendant? Lin Tianming was a little surprised that Tian Shui actually recognized the power of the spiritual ascendant, but he was relieved when he thought that the other party lived to the era when the three ascended divine kingdoms came. Ignoring Tian Shui's shocked voice, Lin Tianming placed his big hand on the ice bell again. Just like before, the power that stung his soul appeared again. Prepared this time, Lin Tianming immediately activated his latest spiritual ascension skill. Soul catching. Once the soul capture was activated, Lin Tianming's eyes of terror that stopped Lin Tianming in the void were instantly shaken away. Without the terrifying eyes that stung him, Lin Tianming, who was exuding spiritual energy, successfully established contact with the Ningbing Bell. Watching the whole process of how Lin Tianming conquered the Ningbing Bell, even Tian Shui was a reborn person and was amazed by Lin Tianming's amazing talent. It must be the power of the psychic ascender. In his last life, he was already perverted enough just by relying on the hand of God. In this life, he is also blessed by the power of spiritual ascendance. In this life, he has far more growth potential than in the previous life. Chapter 91. Lin Tianming was so jealous when he saw teacher Tianshui conquering Shuiling Bridge just now. Now it was finally his turn, and Lin Tianming couldn't put it down and touched the ice bell that quickly shrank and became like a bell after being subdued by him. He also said coquettishly to Tian Shui beside him, "Teacher Tian Shui, am I very powerful?" Tian Shui glanced at Lin Tianming, whose face was full of joy, and also showed a gentle smile. "Well, I'm looking down on you, brother Tianming. This ice-attributed artifact in the ice and snow secret realm is not as easy to control as the artifacts in other secret realms. It is blocked by the power of the deceitful god, and it has its own resistance to non-natural attributes. I didn't expect it. This way you still conquer it. It seems that this time I was reborn. Not only the people around me have changed, but he seems to have changed too. I just don't know where he got the power of the spiritual ascendant. Before the arrival of the three ascendant kingdoms, I really can't think of a place where such power can be obtained in advance. Do you want to ask him? Forget it. This is his chance in this life. It's of no use to me whether he asks or not. I don't need to become a spiritual ascendant." Tian Shui's curious and itchy thoughts were all heard by Lin Tianming. She didn't ask, because Lin Tianming didn't want to tell anyone more about how he obtained the power of spiritual ascension. Only Yi Qingshe, who went into the land of the lost with him, knew about this. After all, she saw him jump into the spiritual ascension pool to be baptized. I just don't know if teacher Tianshui, who has lived to the era of the three major ascension kingdoms, will be even more shocked by his status as a mechanical ascensionist if he shows off his mechanical transformation skills. Taking the path of spiritual ascension and mechanical ascension at the same time is something that no one from the three major ascension kingdoms can do. Thinking of this, Lin Tianming somewhat expected the jaw-dropping expression of the always gentle Tianshui teacher. That must be very interesting. After having enough fun with the ice condensing clock in his hand, Lin Tianming stopped thinking about teasing the gentle female teacher for the time being, and instead planned to test the ice condensing clock's ability. With a thought in his mind, the Ningbing bell grew rapidly and sounded a melodious bell. As the bell rang, the ancient ruins of the battlefield began to shake. Immediately afterwards, Tian Shui next to Lin Tianming was shaken by the sound of the Ningbing bell and lost his mind. How could he activate the Bingbing bell without saying a word? Without any precaution, even I will be affected by the sound of the bell. The next second, Tian Shui, who had lost his mind, was blocked by the cold wave swept by the bell, and was frozen in place. Lin Tianming simply wanted to test the ability of the ice congealing bell, and did not really want to harm Tian Shui. Looking at Tian Shui, who was first attacked by the soul and then frozen in place, Lin Tianming couldn't help but hold his forehead. Teacher Tianshui, I swear I didn't mean it. Although it was really not intentional, Lin Tianming was still very satisfied with the power of Ning Bing Zong's combination of punches that could even affect teacher Tian Shui. However, if a being like Tian Shui, who is close to the top awakened person, is to be tricked, he still has to use a strange move to catch him by surprise. Otherwise, with Tian Shui's strength, he would definitely have the means to defend against soul attacks and resist the attacks from the Ningbing bell. After testing the power of the Ningbing bell, Lin Tianming immediately put it into the void space after recognizing its owner. Then he walked up to Tian Shui and said to the frozen Tian Shui, my ice condensing clock can only freeze people, but has no ability to unblock ice. Teacher Tian Shui, can you hear me now? Look. Hey, can you get out of trouble by yourself? Lin Tianming felt a little bit sorry for accidentally giving Tian Shui a set of combo punches. This is the only person among the reborn goddesses he has met so far who does not need his strategies and has no intention of killing him and has failed his original owner. Although this was related to Tian Shui's overly gentle character who wanted to escape from reality, Lin Tianming didn't want her to change her mind and stop escaping from reality because of this accidental attack on her, and she wanted to fight him to the end. Tian Shui, who was frozen in ice, could still think, and Lin Tianming was always paying attention to her mental state. I thought he was going to seize my pure water source again like in the last life. It seems that he was really just testing the power of the ice bell. I didn't tell him about the origin of pure water in this life. He can't possibly want to take away my origin of pure water now. Forget it. I'll get out of trouble on my own. Lin Tianming breathed a sigh of relief when he heard that Tian Shui had no intention of killing him. Under his gaze, the ice around teacher Tian Shui began to melt at a visible speed. In just a few moments, Tian Shui melted all the ice himself and got out of trouble. However, her method of escaping caused her whole body to emit heat like white smoke. Her aqua blue clothes were also soaked with wet vapor, and her skin was looming under the wet translucent clothes. This water output is a bit large. Lin Tianming said he was a little thirsty. Afraid that something serious might happen if he continued watching, Lin Tianming turned his head and looked ahead. Let's continue on the road. Tian Shui also noticed that Lin Tianming had looked at her just now, and her pretty face, which was still a little moist, was slightly red, remembering the close relationship between the two of them in her previous life before Lin Tianming took away the source of pure water. Don't think too much, Tianshui, have you forgotten the vow you made when you were reborn more than 2 months ago? You don't have to kill him in this life, but if you have nothing to do with him and have illusions about him, you will only be hurt again in this life. After leaving, go back to Shujing Academy. The farther away you are from him, the better. In this life, you have to forget your love, forget your love, forget your love. After warning himself like this, Tian Shui's emotions, which were a little fluttering due to the feelings in his previous life, gradually returned to calm. Lin Tianming listened to Tian Shui's desire to escape reality, and he didn't know what to say to her. Since the original owner owed her and she wanted to escape, he still had to respect her and avoid provoking her less. In this way, she would be out of sight and out of mind, and he would have one less goddess reborn to conquer, so why not? Thinking of this, Lin Tianming also made a decision in his heart. After leaving the secret realm of ice and snow this time, he tried to stay away from the goddess of Tianshui. On the way next, Lin Tianming and Tian Shui were silent for a long time because of the beautiful scenery just now. It wasn't until they came to the entrance of an ice cave with countless broken ice blocks that Tian Shui, who knew the secret realm of ice and snow well, broke the silence. Little brother Tianming, those broken ice cubes scattered at the entrance of the ice cave are the body parts of the 2 ice guards. If you want to enter the ice cave, you will probably alert them, so. Before Tian Shui could finish his words, Lin Tianming walked towards the countless broken ice cubes. Since they are the ice guards guarding the entrance to the ice cave, we will definitely alert them when we enter. Instead of trying to avoid them, it is better to trigger them directly and crush them head-on. Little brother Tianming was too impatient and didn't wait for me to finish my words. I came here once in my last life and I know how to avoid them. The 2 ice guards will adaptively adjust their power according to the opponent's level. There is no need for us to waste time here. When Lin Tianming heard Tian Shui's voice, he had already arrived at the body parts of the 2 ice guards scattered on the ground. He was also a little depressed. If he had known that Tian Shui knew how to avoid it, he wouldn't have walked over so arrogantly. Just when Lin Tianming had to respond to the enemy, he discovered that the body parts of the ice guard on the ground were still motionless. Lin Tianming even boldly poked the parts on the ground with his hand, but he didn't see them reassemble the parts and stood up to cut him. He turned around and waved to Tian Shui. Teacher Tian Shui, they don't seem to attack us as soon as they are alerted, as you said. Tian Shui also quickly came over, lowered his body and carefully inspected the body parts of these ice guards. After a moment, she frowned and said, Someone came one step ahead of us and defeated these two ice guards in advance. Their ice core power is now exhausted, and they must recover before they can continue to guard the ice cave. That's why there was no reaction to our arrival. Upon hearing Tian Shui's analysis, Lin Tianming's eyes lit up. Could it be my Qingxue who did it? Tian Shui shook his head. I'm not sure, there are two different elemental attributes nearby. Two forces with different elemental attributes. Lin Tianming thought for a moment, then said, never mind, let's go in too, Teacher Tianshui, the treasure inside can't be snatched away by others. Well, let's go in and have a look too. Tian Shui nodded slightly and accompanied Lin Tianming into the ice cave. Passing through the first passage at the entrance of the ice cave, Lin Tianming and Tian Shui soon arrived at the ice crystal hall with its own cave in the ice cave. And as soon as he entered, Lin Tianming didn't have time to observe what was inside, and a wind blade flew towards him. He was attacked as soon as he came in. Lin Tianming immediately dodged to the side and avoided the attack. Just as he was dodging the attack, he was about to look in the direction of the wind blade to see who was attacking him, when several more ice cones struck from another direction. This wave started again and again, and Lin Tianming quickly dodged again and avoided the ice pick. The two locations he had been in before were both destroyed by ice picks and wind blades, causing huge cracks. Just when Lin Tianming finally had time to see who was attacking him, two familiar voices in succession made him freeze in place. You are not allowed to go near there. The ice soul crystal is mine. Go away. You don't really think I'm afraid of you, do you? These two voices seemed to be Yi Qingxue and Feng Lan. He immediately recognized the identity of the owners of these two voices, and Lin Tianming also looked at them intently. Just as he had guessed, it was Yi Qingxue and Feng Lan who launched wind blade and ice pick attacks on him. When he saw that it was really the two of them, and that they were still fighting in the ice crystal hall, using various attacks that were far beyond those of normal awakened people of the same level, Lin Tianming couldn't help but rub his eyebrows. Why is Feng Lan here too? Now we're in trouble. Just when Lin Tianming was having a headache because of the fight between Feng Lan and Yi Qingxue in the ice crystal hall, they launched another powerful attack towards him without caring whether there was anyone around. Dense rain of frost arrows blocked the area above his head. Several wild tornadoes blocked the ground around him. Under the blockade of frost arrows and tornadoes, Lin Tianming, a man who had done nothing, was inexplicably locked in a corner from all directions. He was immediately paralyzed. As a person who had just entered the ice crystal hall, he was continuously affected by the battles between Yi Qingxue and Feng Lan. Lin Tianming was really fed up. Psychic transformation. Lin Tianming quickly returned to Tian Shui's side after the transformed soul escaped from the blind spot locked by Yi Qingxue and Feng Lan's attacks. I met them all in the last life. This Yi Qingxue is the future goddess of ice, and this eldest lady of the Feng family is the future goddess of wind sword. He is worthy of being an awakened person who will become a god in the future. He has such terrifying combat power at such a young age, and his level of awakened person is far higher than that of his peers. Listening to Tian Shui's leisurely comment on the battle between Feng Lan and Yi Qingxue, Lin Tianming stood beside her with a headache. Tian Shui turned his head and glanced at Lin Tianming. Little brother Tianming, the girl next to you has been found, aren't you going to help her? No, let them fight, I'm tired. Teacher Tianshui, when there is an attack on our side, it's up to you to block it, I'm exhausted from running. Lin Tianming waved his hand. He now had the mentality of destroying himself when he was tired. Seeing his troubled expression, Tian Shui said in a gentle tone, Little brother Tianming, look at what's over there. When Lin Tianming heard this, he looked in the direction Tianshui pointed, and a cold pool with a biting cold wind appeared in front of him. Above the cold pool, two artifacts exuding powerful power were suspended. One is an ice attribute crystal that exudes powerful frost power around it. One is a wind-attributed bead that makes the entire cold pool feel a biting wind, making it difficult for people to approach. Noticing that Lin Tianming had seen the two artifacts, Tian Shui smiled and said, Now do you understand why the two of them fought? The wind attribute bead is called the Wind God bead. It is an extremely powerful wind attribute artifact and is also very helpful in improving the talents of those who have awakened wind attribute abilities. The ice crystal is an ice soul crystal, which contains powerful ice attribute power. Absorbing it can further enhance the talent of the ice attribute awakener. It just so happens that one of them is wind and the other is ice. They probably thought that the other wanted to possess two artifacts, so they fought. Lin Tianming listened to Tian Shui's analysis and felt that her analysis was very reasonable. These two artifacts with different attributes happened to be together. Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan were both determined to win, so it would be strange not to fight. Thinking of this, Lin Tianming once again looked at Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe, who were still fighting selflessly and had not noticed the arrival of him and Tian Shui. Feng Lan, it's okay that you kept pestering me, brother Tianming, in the Imperial Academy, but you still want to steal things from me in this secret realm of ice and snow. Do you really think I'm a soft persimmon? Yi Qingshe exuded the powerful power of extreme ice, and then she used the power of extreme ice to condense a cold moon phenomenon. Curling autumn moon. Lin Tianming had also seen this move before. When he and Yi Qingshe were competing, this move also caused a lot of trouble. Under Lin Tianming's continued attention, Feng Lan faced Yi Qingshui's curling chuyu, with sharp sword intent blooming in her eyes. The next moment, she held the unsheathed wind sword and chopped Yi Qingshui's curling chuyu vision into pieces on the spot. Lin Tianming couldn't help but be a little surprised when he saw this scene. Feng Lan has become stronger than before. Curling chuyu was directly chopped into pieces by Feng Lan's wind sword, and Yi Qingshe also decided to follow Feng Lan's lead. Bing. Feng. As Yi Qingshe read out the word Bing Feng, Lin Tianming, who was watching the battle, also showed a solemn expression. This is Yi Qingshui's Shinto field skill Bing Feng. For a moment, the entire space of the ice crystal hall trembled under the increasingly violent ice power around Yi Qingshe. At this moment, Yi Qingshe was like an ice god coming into the world, freezing to the bone. The extreme ice power that was enough to tear apart space tore out a mysterious ice gate on top of Yi Qingshui's head. A huge ice front slowly entered the world from the other end of the mysterious ice gate, revealing the tip of the iceberg of its huge sword body. Looking at the huge ice front like an iceberg tearing apart the space bit by bit and appearing in front of her, Feng Lan, who had never taken Yi Qingshe seriously, also showed a solemn expression. It turns out to be a skill in the Shinto field, this guy Yi Qingshe. Tian Shui, who was next to Lin Tianming, also shrank his pupils slightly. Have you mastered the skills in the Shinto field at the 10th level? No wonder she was able to achieve the position of ice god in her previous life. It turns out that she had growth skills in the Shinto field at this time. However, if I am still at level 10 when I am reborn in this life, I will be able to learn the skills in the Shinto field of my previous life so early. That Miss Feng family is probably going to lose now. Lin Tianming and Tian Shui had the same opinion. He had also experienced Yi Qingshui's Shinto field skill Bing Feng. If he hadn't triggered the state of mind that the heart is better than things and broke the taboo on copying the hand of God, he would have definitely lost to Yi Qingshui's Shinto field skill Bing Feng in that competition. Feng Lan, admit defeat. Today I will crush your pride with my own hands. Showing Bing Feng's power in the Shinto realm, Yi Qingshe looked down at Feng Lan with a victor's attitude. Snort. Little vixen, I let you compete with me for Brother Tianming. Brother Tianming won't let me beat you in the Imperial Academy, but I'm holding it back. This time I have caught you, let's see if I don't kill you. Beat you to death. Yi Qingshe originally spoke as a majestic ice god, but her image collapsed instantly after Lin Tianming heard her voice. Lin Tianming held his forehead in shame, his little girlfriend's inner drama was still so powerful. He was also prepared. When the ice fell, he used the Shinto field defense skill Phoenix Flame Shield that he learned from Wang Yanren to save Feng Lan. Do you really think you are sure to win? At this moment, Lin Tianming heard Feng Lan's unworried voice again. As if he thought of something, Lin Tianming locked his gaze on Feng Lan, who always talked little. Immediately afterwards, an unusually cold wind blew around Feng Lan. The aura of the biting wind rose sharply, and soon it was high enough to compete with the ice front. Touching the taboos in the Shinto realm, Feng Lan's eyes also surged with the terrifying aura of the wind sword in the Shinto realm. Originally, the ice crystal hall was trembling violently because of Yi Qingshui's ice front in the Shinto realm. When Feng Lan came here, the ice crystal hall began to tremble to the point of collapse. Yi Qingshe, don't think that you are the only one who knows the skills in the Shinto field. Wind sword, dance wildly, let me crush the ice edge that you are so proud of with my own hands. Really? Feng Lan also learned the skills in the Shinto field in advance. Finally, when Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe used their current level ultimate moves to determine the outcome, Lin Tianming became nervous. Between the two of them, who is stronger? While Lin Tianming was guessing, Tian Shui gently patted his shoulder. He looked at Tian Shui in confusion, and when Tian Shui pointed at the top of his head again, Lin Tianming subconsciously raised his head. What caught the eye was a huge piece of ice crystal roof rubble falling down because it could not withstand the clash of skills in the Shinto field between Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan. All go, come again. Even watching a show can be affected, it's really disturbing. At the critical moment of this intense and exciting battle between women, the roof of the ice crystal hall collapsed and rubble fell down. Lin Tianming felt that he was unlucky today. Glancing at Tian Shui, who had already stepped aside in advance to let him handle it by himself, Lin Tianming felt deeply that women were indeed unreliable. Psychic transformation. Transforming into a spirit body and perfectly avoiding the huge roof rubble, Lin Tianming recondensed his body next to Tian Shui. At the same time, he said to Tian Shui angrily, "Teacher Tian Shui, if we were affected by the battle, didn't you come to stop us? Why did I end up doing it alone again?" Seeing Lin Tianming's slightly unhappy expression, Tian Shui covered his mouth and chuckled. "Don't be angry, little brother Tianming, didn't I remind you too?" Lin Tian understood that Tian Shui was as unreliable as Zhang Han at the critical moment, and then continued to look at the center of the battlefield. Tian Shui saw that Lin Tianming seemed really angry, so she said again, "Little brother Tianming, next time there is an attack, I will block it for you." "No. Daughter, you really angry?" Lin Tianming also replied to Tian Shui, "It's a deal, but don't keep talking." Seeing Lin Tianming replied to her, Tian Shui also smiled softly and said, "Of course, little brother Tianming." At the same time, Tian Shui and Lin Tianming continued to look at Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan, who were fighting. Yi Qingshui's ice edge and Feng Lan's wind sword flurry had collided together, and in an instant the entire ice crystal hall was swept up with explosive energy that could kill a large number of people at their level in an instant. Upon seeing this, Tian Shui immediately used the water flow as a shield to protect her and Lin Tianming. Lin Tianming originally wanted to use the Phoenix Flame Aegis for defense. Seeing Tian Shui take the initiative to fulfill his promise this time, he also put away the means of using the Phoenix Flame Aegis. At this time, the entire ice crystal hall was unable to see anything due to the explosive energy caused by the collision between the ice front and the wind sword. Lin Tianming also asked at this time, "Teacher Tianshui, who do you think will win between the two of them?" Tian Shui did not answer Lin Tianming immediately, but directly locked onto Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe through her beautiful eyes shining with aqua blue light, ignoring the obstruction of ice, snow and strong wind. The two of them didn't wait for the power of their Shinto domain skills to dissipate before they got entangled again, fighting from one end of the hall to the other, and then back again. In a short period of time, the two have exchanged skills dozens of times. At the same time, because they wanted to win against each other too much, they were hurt by the remaining power of their respective Shinto domain skills under the power of the Shinto domain skills that had not dissipated. Even so, they were still engaged in a final fight. Tian Shui could tell that maybe they had too much desire to win and played too much. Their fight has gone beyond the scope of normal sparring, and there were signs that they must compete to the death. After observing for a period of time through the obstruction of the power of the skills in the Shinto field, Tian Shui gave Lin Tianming her analysis results after seeing that neither Feng Lan nor Yi Qingshe showed any signs of being at a disadvantage. Both sides suffer. Upon hearing Tian Shui's analysis results, Lin Tianming's eyes narrowed slightly. Will both sides suffer? When the terrifying residual power of the Shinto realm gradually dissipated, Lin Tianming, whose vision was no longer blocked by ice, snow and storm, was able to clearly see the battle between Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan. When he saw the two of them fighting so hard in a short period of time that their bodies were covered with horrific wounds, Lin Tianming, who originally wanted to keep watching the show, couldn't sit still. Are Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan crazy? Are they still fighting after being injured like this? We are all students at the Imperial Academy in the Imperial City. They are roommates in the same dormitory. Even if they come to hunt for treasures, they will not fight to the death like this, right? If this continues, people are going to die. Tian Shuishan nodded in agreement. It's indeed a bit too much, why don't you try to persuade me? Lin Tianming took a deep breath, and he also decided to step forward and hold the two of them to prevent them from really having a conflict. Under Tian Shui's gaze, Lin Tianming also rushed towards the center of the battlefield. At this time, Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan in the center of the battlefield were really red-eyed. Even though they had used all the skills in the Shinto field, the opponent still hadn't fallen down. As goddess reborns, they couldn't accept this. Feng Lan, Yi Qingshe. The power of extreme ice once again tore terrible blood marks on Feng Lan's body. Feng Lan responded without hesitation to Yi Qingshe. The wind blade also tore shocking flesh and blood wind blade scars on Yi Qingshui's thigh. Lin Tianming, who rushed to the scene, saw that the two of them had fought to such an extent that his scalp went numb. This woman is so ruthless in fights. Feng Lan, Qingshe, stop it. Are you too crazy? If this continues, you will both be seriously injured and unconscious. Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan, who were fighting, heard Lin Tianming's shouting, and their figures flying towards each other stopped briefly. Brother Tianming, Tianming. Seeing that the two of them finally stopped, Lin Tianming continued, stop fighting. Until now, just listen to me. However, just as Lin Tianming finished speaking, Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan attacked each other again and started fighting in the Ice Crystal Hall. Seeing them fighting again, and even more brutally than before, Lin Tianming felt numb. Stop fighting. Stop fighting. Lin Tianming's persuasion had no effect, and even made Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan want to decide the outcome today. Hateful. Let brother Tianming see that this little vixen like Feng Lan and I are still indecisive. I must win. I have to prove that I am better than Feng Lan, so that I can prevent brother Tianming from changing his mind. Although I really want to settle our grudges, I don't want you to see the ugly appearance of me losing to Yi Qingshe. Now that the battle has reached this level, we must win against Yi Qingshe. Listening to the two of them wanting to decide the outcome because of his appearance, Lin Tianming knew that no matter how much he tried to persuade them, there would be no result. One by one, that's enough. If you don't listen to me, don't blame me. Thunder rages. Thunder trample. The little tantrum is coming up. Lin Tianming trampled on the Ice Crystal Hall. The power of destructive thunder was boosted by thunder's violent speed and attack. While the power of thunder surged, it also attacked Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan at a faster speed than usual. Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan were fighting each other. After a series of battles, the two of them were already at the end of their strength. They only relied on their will to win and used their remaining strength to fight in the final battle. Feng Lan and Yi Qingshui's expressions changed when they realized that Lin Tianming's thunder trample, which was supported by thunderous violence, was rapidly attacking the two of them. Boom! Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe had no time to dodge and were unable to mount any defense. Under the trampling of the thunder, they only felt numb all over their bodies, their brains were dizzy, and then they staggered and fainted in the main hall. Finally getting these two female lunatics to stop, Lin Tianming picked them both up in his arms and sent them back to Tian Shui. Teacher Tianshui, I'm back after breaking up the fight. Tian Shui was a little nervous after hearing Lin Tianming's speech. Dissuading a fight. Everyone was knocked unconscious by you. Do you call this breaking up a fight? Through the information provided by the system, Lin Tianming knew that Tianshui had water attributes and healing skills. So after successfully persuading Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan to fight, Lin Tianming also brought the two of them back to Tianshui, hoping to receive treatment from Tianshui. He also heard Tian Shui's doubts about his behavior in breaking up the fight, but Lin Tianming didn't want to explain anything. The top priority now is to treat these two crazy women who have fought so hard that they are covered in bloodstains. Teacher Tianshui, please save them both. Listening to Lin Tianming's request, Tian Shui looked silently at Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan, who were seriously injured. Even if you don't ask me, I will save them, just like I saw you seriously injured in the last life and saved you. Well, leave them to me. I can still heal this injury. As she spoke, Tian Shui used the power of pure water to condense a water bed, holding Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe floating in front of her. Soft water. When Lin Tianming heard Tian Shui's heartfelt voice, Tian Shui released a stream of soft water with healing aura from his palm, split it into two parts, and poured it into Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan's bodies respectively. Under the warm waves of soft water, the seriously injured bodies of Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan also felt waves of warmth. Pure water abstinence. It is another water-based healing skill that can bring people's minds back to peace. Under this pure water abstinence skill, the painful expressions of Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan, who were tortured by injuries when they were unconscious, gradually relaxed, and they relaxed their frowns and returned peaceful. Dragon breath. The aqua-blue water dragon slowly solidified above teacher Tianshui's head, spewing out water attribute energy that also had healing power, and sprinkled it on the delicate bodies of Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan. A large amount of healing water covered Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan, and entered their bodies along the wounds. Under the combined internal and external healing of the two water attribute healing skills of Ru Shui and Tianlong breath, the wounds on Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan were also healing at a visible speed. The exhausted strength in their bodies is also recovering rapidly. Teacher Tianshui's water is so much big tits. Seeing the seriously injured Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe recover quickly under teacher Tianshui's superb healing methods, Lin Tianming had to admire Tianshui's milk supply. Tian Shui's miraculous water-based healing method is much more powerful than the teachers in the infirmary of their Imperial Academy. Teacher Tianshui really lives up to his name. It didn't take long for Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan to have all the frightening bloody marks on their bodies healed by Tianshui. Their physical strength also fully recovered while their wounds healed. Well, along with the murmurs of awakening, Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan slowly opened their eyes from their drowsiness. What's wrong with me? Why am I here? Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe, who had just woken up, were a little confused and had not yet figured out what happened before they fell into coma. Lin Tianming also immediately told Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan about their previous fight. As Lin Tianming narrated, Feng Lan and Yi Qingshui's chaotic minds gradually became clearer. The two of them also looked at each other very unhappy. But it was over now, and they calmed down and stopped fighting. At the same time, they also thanked Sha Tianshui for his treatment. Thank you for saving us, Teacher Tianshui. Thank you, Teacher Tianshui, for healing our wounds. Tian Shui smiled softly. It's nothing, as long as you are fine. Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan also knew Tianshui as the future goddess of Tianshui because of their past life memories. However, in order to keep the secret of their rebirth, they all pretended to see Tianshui for the first time. Tianshui is not the same, they all feel that they are the only ones who are reborn. As Lin Tianming, who could eavesdrop on the three of them, he was enjoying listening to it at this moment. It's the first time I've seen you, but I don't even recognize him. The secret of your rebirth has been known to me for a long time. Worried that Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe would accidentally start fighting again later, Lin Tianming reminded them. Alright, Qingshe and Feng Lan, you two have finally healed your injuries, but don't hit us anymore. This will waste Teacher Tianshui's treatment. After finally meeting again, Yi Qingshe held Lin Tianming's arm. Don't worry, Brother Tianming, I have a lot, so I won't argue with Feng Lan anymore. Feng Lan glanced at Yi Qingshe. She cherished words like gold and didn't say a word to Yi Qingshe. Tian Shui spoke at the right time. You two were fighting just now. You must be trying to fight for the two artifacts floating on the cold pool, right? When asked by Tian Shui, Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe looked at the Wind God Pearl and Ice Soul Crystal above the cold pool at the same time. The Wind God Pearl was mine in my last life, and I must not let anyone else take it away. I missed this Ice Soul Crystal in my last life, and I will never miss it again in this life. Listening to Feng Lan and Yi Qingshui's obsession with their respective artifacts, Lin Tianming also looked at the Wind God Bead and Ice Soul Crystal thoughtfully. Teacher Tianshui got the Shuiling Bridge she wanted most, and she also said that she was not interested in other things in the secret realm of ice and snow. She will continue to stay in the secret realm of ice and snow, just accompanying him to find Yi Qingshe. And he also obtained the Ice Bell, and also tempered the Phoenix Flame Aegis and mechanical transformation on the Netherfrost Bridge before purification. It can be said that his trip to the secret land of ice and snow was quite fruitful. Yi Qingshe especially wanted the Ice Soul Crystal to absorb and improve herself. Feng Lan also really wants the Wind God Bead to enhance her wind attribute abilities. The two of them fought, but they both thought that the other would take possession of two artifacts and treasures. Thinking of this, Lin Tianming looked at Tianshui and confirmed with her. Teacher Tianshui, are you interested in those two treasures? As soon as these words came out, Feng Lan and Yi Qingshui's hearts skipped a beat. If Tian Shui is interested, with their current strength, even if they join forces, they can't take over Tian Shui now. Under their nervous gaze, Tian Shui said slowly, although the ice and wind artifacts cannot reach their full potential if they fall into my hands, they will still greatly increase my combat power. When Tian Shui said this, Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe said to themselves that they were done. But the next second, Tian Shui changed the subject again. These two artifacts were seen by the two children Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan first, so let's give them to them. As a teacher, I won't compete with them. Quote. Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe felt happy again when they heard this. Next is the issue of the two of them competing for the ownership of the artifact. After thinking about it, Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe wanted to run towards the cold pool to fight for the Wind God Pearl and the Ice Soul Crystal. Who would have thought that Lin Tianming directly held the two of them down, preventing them from moving? Brother Tianming, you don't want it too, do you? Tianming, do you want to fight with us too? Lin Tian understood Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan, and he said angrily, I'm too lazy to fight with you. I'm asking you to stop. I will distribute them to who owns these two artifacts, so that you won't fight again. Hearing that Lin Tianming wanted to decide the ownership of the Wind God Pearl and the Ice Soul Crystal for them, Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe looked at each other and stopped running towards the cold pool. Yi Qingshe asked directly, Brother Tianming, how do you plan to distribute it? You can't give the Ice Soul Crystal to Feng Lan, Brother Tianming. Feng Lan also looked at Lin Tianming nervously, a little worried that Lin Tianming would assign the Wind God Pearl to Yi Qingshe. Facing the gazes of Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe, Lin Tianming, who heard their voices, really wanted to give each of them a pendulum. He gave the Wind God Pearl to Yi Qingshe and the Ice Soul Crystal to Feng Lan. Did he want them to have another fight? Lin Tianming is not stupid enough not to know what they want. In order for the two of them to live in peace in the future, Lin Tianming also made a decision that made them both happy. Qingshe, you have ice attribute powers, and the ice attribute crystal belongs to you. Feng Lan, you have the wind attribute power, and the wind attribute beads belong to you. You two are not allowed to fight anymore, I have already assigned it. As Lin Tianming made arrangements, Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan also headed to Hanton together. This time they didn't fight again and got the treasures they each wanted. With this Ice Soul Crystal and other opportunities I know, I will see who can stop me in this life. The Wind God Pearl was mine in my last life. Even if there are some twists and turns in this life, no one can take it away. One step closer to returning to the throne of God. At this time, Lin Tianming and Tian Shui came to Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan and smiled at them. Are you satisfied now, Brother Tianming? You still understand me best. Yi Qingshe held Lin Tianming's arm crookedly and turned into a sweet and clingy girlfriend again. It was rare for Feng Lan to open her mouth. Thank you, Tianming. Tian Shui said, Little brother Tianming, your people have been found. It's almost time for us to leave this secret realm of ice and snow. The Wind God Bead, Ice Soul Crystal, Ice Crystal Bell, and Water Spirit Bridge in this secret realm of ice and snow have all become owner-occupied objects. There is no point in staying here anymore. It is better to leave as soon as possible. After Lin Tianming learned from Tian Shui's voice that there should be no other noteworthy treasures here, he also wanted to leave. Well, Teacher Tianshui, thank you for accompanying me to find Qingshe, and for healing Qingshe and Feng Lan's injuries. I listen to you, let's leave now. Yi Qingshe missed the secret realm of ice and snow in her previous life, and this was her first time here. Seeing that Tian Shui seemed to know how to get out, Yi Qingshe also asked, Teacher Tian Shui, do you know the way out? This is a random teleportation point when you enter. My head is spinning. Tian Shui smiled gently. Well, come with me, I will take you out. As soon as she finished speaking, she was leading the way for Lin Tianming and others. Feng Lan, who had been here in the last life, actually wanted to say that she knew how to get out, but Tian Shui had already said that he would lead the way, and she, who was a talker, followed silently. This secret realm of ice and snow is filled with ice and snow, and the terrain is extremely complicated. It is easy to take the wrong path and get trapped in it. Feng Lan and Tian Shui were trapped here for a long time in their last life before they found a way out. However, this life has the experience of the previous life, and the maze-like terrain here cannot trap them. Under the leadership of Tian Shui, Lin Tianming and his party gradually headed towards the real exit of the secret realm of ice and snow. But on the way back, there were many corpses of people who shouldn't have died here. Isn't this guy the one who got the ice soul crystal in the last life? In this life, because of the butterfly effect caused by my rebirth, he died here instead. This person is the awakened person who tried to conquer the Ningbing Bell in the previous life but failed, and finally found a way out with me. He is also dead. And this is a top-level awakener with SSS-level ice attributes. Although he didn't get the Shuiling Bridge in his last life, he also got a huge opportunity for ice attributes on the unpurified Ninghan Bridge. Is he also dead? This guy had a conflict with me in the ice and snow secret realm in his last life. I remember, didn't he meet up with their people and finally leave the ice and snow secret realm safely? Strange, so strange, what happened to these people? Tian Shui looked at the dead bodies she encountered on the way out of the ice and snow secret realm in disbelief. She couldn't understand how they died. This secret realm of ice and snow seems to be like a maze, endless as far as the eye can see, but in fact, as long as you find a way to leave, it's just a small place. She and Lin Tianming both visited this secret land of ice and snow and did not encounter any crises. What happened to these people that led them to die here? Not only Tian Shui, but Feng Lan, who also came in the previous life, was also shocked. Among these dead bodies, there were also people she had encountered in her previous life. In the last life, he left safely, but he died here in this life. Like Tian Shui, she couldn't figure out what unknown dangers there were in this secret realm of ice and snow that could threaten the lives of these people. Yi Qingshe had never been here in her previous life, and she didn't know any of these people. However, seeing so many dead bodies on the way out, she still said to Lin Tianming, "Brother Tianming, many people died on this road. It seems we have to be careful." Well, you really have to be careful. These people died in a weird way. Their expressions seemed to be extremely frightened. Moreover, some of their bodies were distorted to the point of being out of human form, and some of their bodies were swollen and edematous. As for the deformity, it is still unknown whether they became like this themselves or were mutilated into this state. Lin Tianming also carefully observed the corpses on the road, analyzing and summarizing their death characteristics. It's okay that he didn't analyze it. With his analysis, Yi Qingshe, Feng Lan, and Tian Shui seemed to remember some horrible and weird things in their previous lives, and it was rare for their voices to synchronize. It's the god of deception. When he thought of Wei Shen, Tian Shui no longer dared to stay here, and he didn't even think of observing how the corpse died. "Let's go, we must go quickly." Feng Lan also said with solemn eyes. "Tianming, leave quickly." Yi Qingshe even held Lin Tianming's arm and quickened her pace to follow Tian Shui's pace. "We have to get out of here as soon as possible, the sooner the better." Seeing that each of them suddenly looked so solemn, Lin Tianming followed their hurried footsteps and accelerated their escape from the ice and snow secret realm, while trying to understand why they were so scared through their voices. But now they all want to leave the secret realm of ice and snow as soon as possible because of the fear of the strange god. They have no other thoughts to think deeply about what the strange god is, so Lin Tianming cannot get more useful information for the time being. Their behavior made Lin Tianming even more confused. Isn't he just a weird god? Why is he so scared? Following Tian Shui to quickly escape from the secret realm of ice and snow, Lin Tianming saw many corpses. Like the corpses they had just stopped to observe, these people had suffered extreme fright before death, and their expressions and bodies were distorted beyond human shapes. This also made Lin Tianming unable to contain his curiosity about the strange god. During this period, he paid attention to the voices of Tian Shui, Yi Qingshe, and Feng Lan. Unfortunately, he could only hear their voices of fear of the strange god, but could not hear any more information related to the strange god. They were all beings who once became gods. Why are they so afraid of the strange god? He was really itching to know what the mystery was, so Lin Tianming couldn't help but ask Tian Shui at the front. "Teacher Tian Shui, the appearance of these people's deaths is so strange and horrifying, can you tell anything?" Who would have thought that when he asked this question, before Tian Shui could say anything, Yi Qingshe, who was holding his arm, quickly warned him not to ask any more questions. "Brother Tianming, don't ask, it's not a good thing to know too much now." It must be the creepy god. We can't talk about that thing in this secret realm of ice and snow, it will get us targeted. Feng Lan also agreed deeply and said softly, Tianming, don't think about anything. Let's talk in detail when we go out. The god of creation is not something you can talk about casually, especially in a place where the god of creation is very likely to have revived and arrived. Tian Shui in front did not directly answer Lin Tianming's question. Little brother Tianming, these people's deaths are indeed a bit strange. In order to avoid becoming one of them, let's go out first. The more we know and the more we read, the easier it is to attract the deceitful gods. Before the deceitful gods here have targeted us, escape first. Lin Tianming's curiosity only got worse when he saw that each of them was hesitant in their words and thoughts while playing riddles with him. Tian Shui's voice has mentioned before that the devious god and the three gods who ascended to the divine kingdom are all existences whose strength far exceeds that of the monsters in the divine realm. Theoretically, the ghost god should be similar to the three ascended gods of the kingdom of gods, right? She is a person who has lived through the era when the three ascended divine kingdoms have come, and she has also fought against the gods of the divine kingdoms. Will he be afraid of the evil god? Etc. As if he remembered something, Lin Tianming began to search his mind for memories of his previous encounter with Tianming, the mechanical mastermind of the mechanical kingdom. A quick recollection also reminded Lin Tianming that the mechanical mastermind Tianming also mentioned the strange god. Thousands of years ago, the three ascended kingdoms belonged to the same world as them. Because they were defeated by the god of creation, they had to give up the world that Lin Tianming was in now and declare themselves a shunned world. Even the three ascended kingdoms had to abandon their original land, which is the world they are in now. It seems that this strange god seems to have something. While pondering over the little information he knew about the strange god, Lin Tianming's heart suddenly skipped a beat, as if he was being targeted by something. This feeling seems to be very similar to the pair of terrifying eyes he encountered when he conquered the Ningbing Bell before. At the same time, Lin Tianming also heard the voices of Yi Qingshe, Feng Lan, and Tian Shui sensing that they were being targeted. You have tried your best not to talk about the god of creation, but are you still being targeted? I had never entered the secret realm of ice and snow in my previous life, so I had no idea that there was a strange god in it. This is troublesome. Even with the wind god bead, with my current strength of more than 10 levels, can I really escape the pursuit of the strange god and leave this secret realm of ice and snow? The weird god who was killed in the ice and snow secret realm in the previous life showed no sign of coming back to this world until I was trapped for several days before leaving. Why did the weird god revive when I came in tonight? Listening to their unhappy voices, Lin Tianming cared most about Tian Shui's voice, because she provided him with another key piece of information. How can the slain god of creepy be revived? Coming back to this world, what does this mean? Could it be said that the god of deception cannot be killed? Before Lin Tianming could figure out the problem, he felt something coming towards him quickly from behind. He wanted to look back and see what it was so that he could respond. Who would have thought that when Yi Qingshe saw his behavior, she immediately stopped him from looking back. Don't look back, brother Tianming. Tian Shui, who was running at the front to lead the escape, heard Yi Qingshe say that Lin Tianming actually wanted to turn around, and turned his back to Lin Tianming and shouted to remind him. Don't look directly at it, it will be very scary. Feng Lan originally wanted to remind Lin Tianming, but seeing that Tian Shui had already told her in advance, she continued to concentrate on running. The strange gods here have revived, and they still haven't found the parasitic body state. If you pry into it rashly, we don't have a god-level awakened person. Those corpses that died on the road will be our fate. Hearing Feng Lan's inner voice describing the terrifying consequences of looking back at the mysterious god, Lin Tianming's curiosity became even more intense. But he didn't look back. Instead, he used his senses to avoid the attacks coming towards him from behind. Fortunately, as an awakened person, Lin Tianming's perception was very sharp and he accurately avoided the attack from the thing that seemed to be a strange god from behind. It's just that the dead bodies along the way were penetrated by invisible things on his behalf. Although nothing could be seen, the body of the pierced dead body began to spread a strange black energy that was very similar to the demonic energy of the monster, and it quickly festered and became even more inhuman. Since they were all being targeted anyway, Lin Tianming felt that even if they talked about the mysterious god behind them, it would be nothing. Lin Tianming couldn't help but ask, what is this thing attacking us? The dead bodies on the ground have been penetrated, but I can't see anything. Tian Shui in front said, sometimes, not being able to see it is a kind of luck. You will definitely regret it when you see it. The god of deception is an indescribable god. You were already dead when you saw his body. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Seeing how Tian Shui, Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan all described the mysterious god in such a terrifying way, if Lin Tianming was still the same person he was before time travel, he might really be frightened. But he is now in a world where superpowers can be awakened, and high-level awakeners can move mountains and reclaim seas when they grow up. Lin Tianming is more curious than fearful now. If Tian Shui, Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan also eavesdropped, they would definitely scold Lin Tianming for being stupid. At this moment, Lin Tianming heard a horrifying sound of soul-seeking coming from behind. Body. I need a body, a human body that can help me come to this world. At the same time, Tian Shui, Yi Qingshe, and Feng Lan seemed to be stimulated by something, and their bodies trembled suddenly as they ran away. Tian Shui also immediately reminded Lin Tianming and the others, cover your ears and don't listen to the whisper of the guy behind you, otherwise we will all go crazy. Tianming, don't listen to his whispers. Brother Tianming, stop being dazed and cover your ears. Go ape. Lin Tianming looked at the three Tianshui people who were trembling, and he couldn't understand that they were fine. I want my body, give it to me. Continuing to run away with Tian Shui and the others who covered their ears, Lin Tianming heard the soul-seeking whispers coming from behind again. Under this weird and horrifying whisper, Yi Qingshui's eyes gradually shed tears of blood. No, it's no use covering your ears. It gives its whispers the power to reach directly into my mind. I feel like my head is going to explode. If I were a god, even if I might not be able to defeat it, I could still resist this whisper. This unground mortal body is still too weak. Feng Lan, like Yi Qingshe, was tortured into a trance by the whispers from behind. I feel like my spirit is about to collapse. Tian Shui, who was close to the top awakened person, couldn't resist such whispers. Her legs weakened as she ran away, and Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan collapsed on the ground. In this life, something like the resurgence of the strange god in the secret realm of ice and snow will happen. Is Tian Shui going to end my life here? Seeing the three of them fall down so easily, Lin Tianming also saw that the whisper of the mysterious god had no effect on him at all, and had done unimaginable harm to the three of them. Teacher Tianshui, Qingshe, Feng Lan, can you hear clearly what the guy behind you is saying? Although his mind was almost driven crazy by the whispers, Tian Shui could barely maintain a semblance of sanity. Can't hear clearly, that's not a language we understand. Feng Lan saw Lin Tianming standing like a normal person, and her eyes froze. Tianming, why didn't you fall down? Yi Qingshe thought of this when she and Lin Tianming entered the land of the lost. She was tortured and driven crazy by the whispers of the beautiful angel who lived in the Yongye Star Palace, but Lin Tianming had nothing to do with him now. Thinking of this, Yi Qingshe immediately said to Lin Tianming, Brother Tianming, run. Leave us alone. The situation this time is different from last time. Since you can resist that guy's whisper, you will definitely have a chance to run out. I can't run away. I wish you good luck, Brother Tianming. The incomprehensible whisper comes again. It hurts, my head is about to explode. I'm going crazy. Lin Tianming's face darkened when he heard Yi Qingshui's words telling him to run away and her thoughts about going crazy. The voices of Feng Lan and Tian Shui were just like Yi Qingshe, they were about to be tortured to the point of going crazy. Moreover, their bodies gradually became insane and twisted randomly. I am the Lord of Winter. Surrender to me and become my believer. Find a suitable human body for me and help me come to this world. You can get everything you want. The whispers continued. If this continues, they will definitely be like the corpses before, driven mad by the whispers of the strange god, with infinite fear and pain, their bodies twisted to the point of not being human, and they will die miserably here. The deceitful god who can make the three reborn goddesses feel afraid, he wants to look back and see the true face of the other party. Although he was tortured terribly, Yi Qingshe still paid attention to Lin Tianming. When she saw Lin Tianming wanting to look back again, she suddenly became anxious. Brother Tianming, don't look back, don't look directly at it. I just want to look back and see what the hell this so-called Lord of Winter is. I don't want people to see it yet, right? I'm afraid it's not an extremely ugly monster. Hearing that Lin Tianming actually called the weird god the Lord of Winter, Tian Shui, Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan immediately understood that Lin Tianming was probably chosen by the weird god as his disciple, and they were able to know the other person's name. But such an act of blatantly calling the strange god by his name is also a great disrespect to the strange god, and will lead to terrifying and unknown things. Feng Lan also immediately said to Lin Tianming, Tianming, don't call him by his name. Along the way, Feng Lan, Yi Qingshe and Tian Shui kept talking about the Riddler's thoughts and opinions, but they made Lin Tianming frustrated. Anyway, he is not afraid of the other party whispering, he just wants to do things that ordinary people dare not do. I just want to look directly at it, I just want to call it by its name, I just want to listen to its whispers, and I just want to see what it can do to me. The Lord of Winter. The Pig of Winter is almost the same. Tian Shui, Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe all felt cold in their hearts when they heard that Lin Tianming dared to be so disrespectful to a strange god as a mortal. It's over. Tianming will probably die faster than them. When Lin Tianming turned around, he thought he could see clearly what was chasing them, but he found that there was nothing behind him. But somehow, Lin Tianming still sensed something coming towards him. He also dodged immediately. Teacher Tianshui, Qingshe, Feng Lan, I haven't encountered anything weird or scary this time. Why don't you also look back? When they heard that Lin Tianming still had the leisure to call them, they didn't know whether to call him stupid or praise him for his courage. When Lin Tianming turned around, in their opinion, there was no turning back. They are now unable to protect themselves and cannot help Lin Tianming at all. They can only support themselves and resist the whispers that will make people die in madness. Pig of Winter, if I call you, do you dare to show your true identity? You just know how to become invisible and make yourself mysterious. I'm afraid you can't defeat someone who is just pretending to be a ghost. This is not an invisibility skill. Brother Tianming, before the evil god finds a suitable human body container and descends, it is not in our world. After hearing Yi Qingshui's explanation, Lin Tianming once again relied on his keen perception to avoid the invisible attack. But even so, there is still a chance to see it clearly, but seeing it clearly is more terrifying than not seeing it clearly. When the time comes, you will endure the madness that is more incomprehensible to you than whispering, and finally get a glimpse of the mysterious god. After his true form in another world, he died in madness. After waiting for so long, he finally heard some useful information about the mysterious god. Lin Tianming's understanding of the mysterious god has also improved. Before, Yi Qingshe and the other three's voices were all filled with fear of the evil god, and there was no useful information at all. But even now that he knew more, Lin Tianming still couldn't see clearly this mysterious god who claimed to be the Lord of Winter. Will you die of madness if you see the strange god clearly? He doesn't believe it. With his eyes blooming with brilliant golden spiritual light, Lin Tianming tried to use the power of a spiritual ascendant to see through the true form of the Lord of Winter, so that he could better respond to the opponent's attacks. Body, your body, is very good, give it to me. I want you. Hearing the words of the Lord of Winter, Lin Tianming felt a chill. Get out of here. I'm not interested in a voyeur monster like you who hides in the shadows and peeks at people in our world every day. Relying on the power of spiritual ascension, Lin Tianming still couldn't see any body of the Lord of Winter. Lin Tianming was a little at his wits' end now. Although he was immune to the other party's whispers, he was also unable to see clearly the Lord of Winter. Isn't there any way to attack this stupid pig who talks stupidly but has a scary voice? While Lin Tianming was thinking about countermeasures, the Lord of Winter seemed to be targeting his body, and the frequency of his attacks became higher. I want, your body. Give me, become the carrier of my will, help me come, it is your supreme honor. Boom, the Lord of Winter whispered intermittently while launching attacks at Lin Tianming from the void, each time more powerful than the last. At first, Lin Tianming could still rely on his keen sense to dodge, but as he went on, it became more and more difficult for him. Zila. The palm of his left hand seemed to be penetrated by something, and the cold air instantly invaded his body through the blood hole in his palm, making his whole body tremble with cold. There was also a kind of black energy that was similar to the demonic energy of monsters, but even weirder, lingering around the blood hole and eroding his skin. In just a few seconds, his palms were filled with festering abscesses that were still spreading. The festered bodies of the corpses flashed through his mind, and Lin Tianming also realized that he had been hit by the same trick as them. My vessel, I want you to give me your body. Another attack that Lin Tianming couldn't see penetrated the palm of his right hand, leaving a corrosive and festering wound on his palm. Immediately afterwards, Lin Tianming felt something invisible in the palms of his hands, lifting him into the air with overwhelming force. Become a part of me. Get out of here. These are just attacks from disgusting people. Who wants to be in your body, you dumb talking winter pig? I think you have a problem with your cerebellum and your intelligence is low. Psychic transformation. Lin Tianming cursed angrily and his body turned directly into a spirit body. Who would have thought that as soon as he transformed into a spirit body, he would sense the terrifying eyes that appeared when he conquered the ice bell and stared at him again in the void that he couldn't see. And this made his hair stand on end, even more so than before. At this moment, Lin Tianming instantly understood that the terrifying eyes before came from the Lord of Winter. Thinking that he had used the psychic ascension skill to disperse the Eye of Terror before, he also used the same trick again, and used all three skills at once. Spirit Spark, Psychic Storm, Soul Catching. However, this time, he found that his spiritual ascension skills could not dissipate the Eye of Terror staring at him in the void. Could it be that it was because there was no resurrection before, it was just a residual soul that he could dispel, but this time it was the Lord of Winter's physical body in another world that was staring at him. At this moment, Lin Tianming felt that he was like a lamb waiting to be slaughtered in his spiritual form, more fragile than when he was not transformed by spiritual energy. A majestic will came from the void space, seeming to obliterate his exposed soul. This mouth-mad winter pig with a questionable IQ is even more terrifying than the spiritually ascended god from before. Lin Tianming had a strong hunch that the previous technique of relying on the spirit body to counterattack the spiritual energy to ascend to the gods was completely ineffective against this guy. Seeing that the majestic will that was about to descend was about to completely obliterate him in the spirit state, Lin Tianming followed the strong premonition in his heart and exited the spirit state. As soon as he exited the spirit state, the terrifying eyes staring at him in the void disappeared, and the majestic will that wanted to obliterate his spirit body was gone. Can't I transform into a spirit body to deal with this stupid pig? I just transformed into a spirit body and felt that I had no power to resist in front of it, as if I had entered its territory. After muttering something to himself, Lin Tianming had to give up his spiritual body to avoid the attack of nothingness. Lin Tianming felt as if he was in a dead end. Psychic transformation can evade the invisible attacks of the Lord of Winter, but his spiritual body has to directly bear the annihilation of the Lord of Winter's will that he cannot resist at all. If you don't use psychic transformation, you will be severely injured and killed bit by the Lord of Winter's invisible attacks. As time went by, Lin Tianming suffered heavy losses one after another under the invisible attacks of the Lord of Winter. Boom! A bloody hole was also penetrated in the abdomen, the cold air invaded the body, and the skin also spread and ulcerated. Lin Tianming had been holding on for so long, but finally he couldn't hold it any longer. This was the most helpless battle he had ever encountered since he awakened his powers. Is this the power of the ghost god? I'm really unwilling to accept it. I want to be possessed by a stupid pig with a stupid mouth, the ghost god, and become its container. Lin Tianming fell to the ground, not wanting to become a vessel for the Lord of Winter to come to the world, and he was still thinking about countermeasures. At this critical moment, Lin Tianming's mind suddenly flashed to the Star Key Angel who lived in the Eternal Night Star Palace. According to the information provided by the mechanical mastermind of the previous mechanical secret realm, the three gods who ascended to the divine kingdom were once just like them, they were all human beings and had a common ancestor. But that Star Key Angel in the Lost Land actually had abilities similar to those of the cunning god. Just an incomprehensible whisper made Yi Qingshe go crazy. Maybe she has a way to deal with this stupid pig who talks like a fool. But she was deeply hostile to him who had taken her magic weapon Star Key, and threatened to find him. Will she help him? Do not care. Taking a deep breath, Lin Tianming could only act as a doctor at this critical moment. Activating the power of the star key, Lin Tianming shouted at the star key that exuded the light of brilliant stars. Star key angel, haven't you always wanted to find me? I'm right here. If you can hear me, come find me. As if she really heard Lin Tianming's voice calling her, Star Key immediately manifested a mirror of the starry sky. The mirror of the starry sky also slowly emerged from the beautiful palace floating under the eternal night starry sky, and the picture was rapidly zooming in at a visible speed, entering the interior of the palace. Seeing this scene, Lin Tianming quickly turned the starry sky mirror to face directly in front of him. It's up to you. In the deepest part of the eternal night star palace, a beautiful and holy angel-like woman sat on her throne in the starry sky, slowly opening her beautiful eyes from her deep sleep. After being awakened by Lin Tianming, she originally wanted to find Lin Tianming, but because of Lin Tianming's coquettish manipulation, she saw the Lord of Winter who Lin Tianming could not see clearly. Star Key Angel's perfect angelic face lightly opened her red lips. He is the helper you found to deal with me. Lin Tianming was stunned for a moment, but he immediately reacted and entered into acting mode, giving out a villain-like evil smile. What do you think? As soon as he heard Lin Tianming's admission, the Star Key Angel sitting on the throne of the starry sky suddenly bloomed with the power of the dazzling starry sky. It's a pity that the helper you found is not qualified enough. Go back to your dirty world. As he spoke, under Lin Tianming's horrified gaze, the entire starry sky mirror released a terrifying star beam, heading towards the direction of the Lord of Winter. The bright starlight flickered, and the gorgeous and beautiful pillar of starlight swept with a powerful force far beyond what Lin Tianming could understand at the moment, penetrated the void space, and hit the Lord of Winter that Lin Tianming could not see. I want a body. I want to come. Give it to me. Give it to me. Listening to the unwilling voice of the Lord of Winter, Lin Tianming was a little glad that this weird god seemed to have a bit of trouble with his brain. Otherwise, if it had some brains just now and exposed his plan in front of the Star Key Angel, he estimated that the Star Key Angel would definitely not save him. Still want to come? You have no chance. Go back to where you came from. You are not welcome in this world. As the majestic voice of the Star Key Angel sounded again, the bright starlight pillar surged several times, making Lin Tianming feel a chill down his spine. If this were done to him, wouldn't he die 10,000 times? I want to come. I want your body. You even dare to touch my body, are you worthy? Star Key Angel thought that the Lord of Winter was speaking to her, and she also further increased the power of the starry sky in the starlight pillar to kill the Lord of Winter. No, I want to come to me. Although Lin Tianming couldn't see the Lord of Winter, he could still tell through the other party's voice that it was about to be killed by the Star Key Angel. Goodbye, mouth-mad winter pig. Anyway, if you are killed, you will just go back to your own world. Have a good journey. Saying goodbye to the Lord of Winter in his heart, Lin Tianming was extremely happy at this moment, admiring his own intelligence. He had already thought that when the Lord of Winter was killed by the Star Key Angel, he would give the Star Key Angel a punch. Breaking her starry sky mirror just like before, she could only watch him leave, unable to do anything to him. Not long after, the whisper of the Lord of Winter that lingered in his ears disappeared. Lin Tianming knew that the Lord of Winter should have been killed by the Star Key Angel. Just as he was about to say that he finally escaped, Lin Tianming noticed that the starry sky mirror slowly turned towards him. The beautiful and holy Star Key Angel just sat on the throne, surrounded by the light of the stars, giving Lin Tianming a very oppressive gaze. He has gone back to your world, now it's your turn. While speaking, Star Key Angel slowly raised her right hand, pointed her slender fingertips in the direction of Lin Tianming, and once again condensed the bright starlight. Lin Tianming didn't notice that the Star Key Angel called the strange god, him, which was different from the way they called the strange god, it. He looked at the Star Key Angel who also wanted to give him a shot of justice, and narrowed his eyes to fight with her. Well, Sister Angel, if you have something to say, I feel like there must be some misunderstanding between us. I am from this world. If you kill me, I will really die. As he spoke, Lin Tianming slowly approached the starry sky mirror. Star Key Angel didn't believe Lin Tianming's lies. Your helper went back, is it useful to tell me this now? Go back to your world. At this time, Lin Tianming had already arrived in front of the starry sky mirror, and he no longer pretended. You are the one who should get out. Boom! Lin Tianming punched the starry sky mirror, and the starry sky mirror began to shatter. The face of the Star Key Angel in the picture reflected by the starry sky mirror is getting more and more ugly. Lin Tianming also deliberately waved at her to anger her. Goodbye, Star Key Angel. Angered by Lin Tianming's unbeatable behavior, Star Key Angel wanted to kill Lin Tianming right now. But now that the Jin Kingdom is in a self-proclaimed state, she can't come to Lin Tianming at all. The starlight flowing through her fingertips gradually dissipated, and the Star Key Angel withdrew her jade hand, her expression quickly returning to indifference. You can't hide for long. I will come to you soon. At that time, I will expel you and your filthy kind from our world. Lin Tianming didn't take these harsh words too seriously that he would come to him soon. He smiled and said goodbye to Star Key Angel throughout the process. When the fragmented starry sky mirror turned into dots of starlight and dissipated, Lin Tianming put away his smile that deliberately irritated Star Key Angel. When the 3 Ascension Kingdoms come, I guess this Star Key Angel will come to me. I must become as strong as possible before then. After the intentional Qi Star Key returned to intentional Qi, Lin Tianming still knew that the crises he would face in the future were getting bigger and bigger, and only by becoming stronger quickly could he overcome them one by one. Taking back the Star Key, Lin Tianming observed the power of the starry sky emitted by the Star Key. Although it was still shining, no more Star Key Angels were summoned to him. Hiss, it hurts. The dangerous crisis was over for the time being, and Lin Tianming also noticed that the blood holes on his body were still there. Especially the blood holes in the abdomen and palms of both hands, the cold air and the corrosion that can make the body fester are still spreading further. Lin Tianming subconsciously wanted to find Tian Shui to treat him, but when he saw Tian Shui, Yi Qingshe, and Feng Lan unconscious, he gave up. This is how to do. The injuries on his body are still accelerating. If this continues, even if there is no threat from the evil god, he will still die here. At this moment, the Star Key suddenly floated in front of him, releasing brilliant starlight with a healing aura, and sprinkled it on his body. Feeling that the injuries on his body were healing quickly, Lin Tianming showed a hint of joy. You are much more reliable than your former master. Did you really help me because you believed that I was a good person? As an artifact, Star Key spun around in front of Lin Tianming as if it could understand Lin Tianming's words. This magical scene also made Lin Tianming feel incredible. He asked again, so the last time I was brainwashed by the mechanical master in the mechanical secret realm, it was you who took the initiative to help me, not your former master who wanted to hunt me down. As if to express affirmation, the Star Key rotated once again. Well done. It would be great if your former master could be as kind to me as you are, but it's a pity that it's unlikely. Lin Tianming sighed with emotion. After this crisis of the mysterious god, Lin Tianming also wanted to understand why the Star Key Angel seemed to have a deep hatred for him when he saw him. The other party probably thought that he was also a deceitful god, and kept asking him to go back to the world of deceitful gods. Although Lin Tianming came through the soul, he is a human from Blue Star, not some weird god. While Lin Tianming was meditating, Star Key quickly healed all his injuries and purified the corruption of the devious god. Feeling that Xing Qi's healing power was not inferior to Tian Shui's, Lin Tianming had a new idea. I didn't expect you to have this magical healing ability and understand what I'm saying. Star Key, please help me revive teacher Tianshui and the other 3. Who would have thought that as soon as Xing Yao heard what he said, his light immediately dispersed and he hid in the void space. Here I go, a divine weapon can also have a temper. Seeing Xing Qi hiding in the void space, Lin Tianming, who still needed it to save people, pulled it out again. He directly activated the Star Key, and the Star Key once again bloomed with bright starlight. It's just that unlike the starlight that healed him just now, the starlight he activated personally has no healing ability and can only attack people. After trying several times, Lin Tianming could not get the Star Key to cast the healing starlight, so Lin Tianming had no choice but to give up. Walking back to Tian Shui, Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan, Lin Tianming also carefully inspected their injuries. Apart from the fact that they were tortured to the point of mental breakdown by the Lord of Winter's whispers at the beginning, and their eyes shed tears of blood, they had no other scars on their bodies. It seems that the appearance of the Star Key Angel prevented the whisper of the Lord of Winter from further harming them. This prevented them from having a mental breakdown like those corpses, and their bodies were twisted and died. If this is the case, then there is no need for Star Key treatment. As long as they are taken out of the ice and snow secret realm, they should be able to wake up on their own. But without Tian Shui and Feng Lan, two people who knew the way, how could he get out? Just when Lin Tianming was having a headache about how to get out, Tian Shui suddenly uttered a murmur that made him look happy. Well, looking at Tian Shui, who was frowning and showing signs of waking up, Lin Tianming rolled his eyes and propped up the Phoenix Flame Shield to protect Tian Shui and the three of them. Perhaps it was the warmth brought by the Phoenix Flame Shield that gradually relaxed Tian Shui's pretty face with frowning eyebrows. After a while, she opened her eyes in confusion. "Teacher Tianshui, you are finally awake." Lin Tianming was extremely happy when he saw Tian Shui waking up. Her awakening was so useful. She could not only take him out of the secret realm of ice and snow, but also save Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan. When Tian Shui woke up, he was a little confused at first. I'm not dead." Lin Tianming smiled at her and said, "No. We are all still alive." Seeing what Lin Tianming said, Tian Shui pressed her temples and sorted out her thoughts before she fell into coma. She remembered that they were hunted by the strange god. Except for Lin Tianming, none of them could resist the whisper of the strange god. Then, in her daze, she seemed to see a ray of starlight shooting straight into the sky, and then the whisper disappeared, and she also fainted on the ground. Tian Shui looked at Lin Tianming a little uncertainly. "Little brother Tianming, was it you who repelled that weird god?" Speaking of this, Lin Tianming held his head high and said, "That's right. I'm great, right, teacher Tianshui." After staring into Lin Tianming's eyes for a while, Tian Shui said, "It's quite powerful. The little brother Tianming in this life is only at level 10, and he can ignore the whispers of the evil god with a mortal body. I can't even imagine what it will be like when he grows up in the future." Lin Tianming was also very proud when he heard Tian Shui's surprised voice. However, he still knew that the top priority now was to revive Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe. "Teacher Tianshui, please save Qingshe and Feng Lan." After Lin Tianming reminded her, Tian Shui also shifted her attention from Lin Tianming to Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe. The whisper of the god of creation was interrupted in time, and it did not cause much damage to the body. It was just that the spirit collapsed and passed out. This is easy to cure. Tian Shui checked the physical conditions of Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe, and then used the water flow to wrap Feng Lan, Yi Qingshe, and herself, who was also a little weak. After her treatment, Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe also recovered quickly and opened their eyes. As soon as Yi Qingshe woke up and saw Lin Tianming, she shouted nervously, "Brother Tianming, run! Run as far as possible." Feng Lan was much calmer. After seeing that Tian Shui and Lin Tianming were fine, she knew that they had saved the day. Lin Tianming said to Yi Qingshe, "Qingshe, we are all fine, what is there to run for?" Hearing what Lin Tianming said, Yi Qingshe gradually calmed down. But she asked curiously, "Brother Tianming, you drove it away?" "Yes, it's me." Lin Tianming did not deny it. Although he didn't send the Lord of Winter to get out with his own hands, he invited the Star Key Angel through trickery, which can also be regarded as him killing the Lord of Winter. It flashed in his mind that Lin Tianming had also driven away the Star Key Angel in the Lost Land and rescued her, and Yi Qingshe didn't ask any more questions. At this time, Tian Shui suggested, "Let's leave this secret realm of ice and snow first." Lin Tianming immediately agreed. "Well, I think so too. Teacher Tianshui, thank you for taking us out." Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan also had no objections. Worried that they would encounter some unexpected dangers if they continued to stay here, Lin Tianming and his party also left the ice and snow secret realm at full speed. With Tian Shui leading the way and no strange gods encountered on the way, Lin Tianming and the others quickly escaped from the secret realm of ice and snow safely. After coming out, Lin Tianming couldn't help but take a deep breath of the fresh air outside. Finally got out safely, Yi Qingshe held Lin Tianming's arm and breathed a sigh of relief. Yes. Tonight's exploration of the ice and snow secret realm was a near miss. Feng Lan remained silent, but her thoughts for the rest of her life were still heard by Lin Tianming. "Phew, fortunately I escaped." Tian Shui took the initiative to say goodbye to Lin Tianming. Little brother Tianming, it's nice to meet you tonight, but it's time for us to say goodbye. See you again if we are destined. This farewell is best never seen again. Lin Tianming knew that Tian Shui wanted to escape reality, but he respected her choice and did not try to keep her. Well, teacher Tianshui, we are destined to meet again. Tian Shui also said goodbye to Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe, and these two students from the Imperial Academy, farewell. Teacher Tianshui, thank you for your treatment today. See you next time. Teacher Tianshui, see you next time. Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan also waved goodbye to Tian Shui. They were very grateful to Tian Shui after being treated by Tian Shui twice. Tian Shui glanced at Lin Tianming tenderly at the end of his departure, then turned around and left first without looking back. Watching Tian Shui's leaving figure gradually disappear into the night, Lin Tianming was filled with emotion. They had just gone through hardships together, but because of the original owner, they had to part ways. However, thinking that for Tian Shui, this might alleviate the pain of her past life memories, Lin Tianming also decided to try to avoid her in the future. She avoided him, and he avoided her, so that the two of them would never meet again. It's also good to have fewer goddess reborns to conquer. You're already far away, but you're still looking at me, brother Tianming. Hearing the sour words of Yi Qingshe, the jealous goddess, Lin Tianming hurriedly coughed seriously. Qingshe, we have just shared hardships with teacher Tianshui, and it is inevitable that we will be reluctant to part ways. This is normal. Yi Qingshe snorted and said nothing more, but her thoughts were still very colorful. Teacher Tianshui, a gentle elder sister like water, seems to be very attractive to brother Tianming. I must keep a close eye on brother Tianming, but I can't let others snatch him away. After coming out of the secret realm of ice and snow, Lin Tianming and Yi Qingshe did not leave Lingnan Ancient City. The two of them took 3 days off, and this was only the first day. They could still spend 2 more days in Lingnan Ancient City. However, Feng Lan also stayed during the second half of the 3-day holiday, which made Yi Qingshe very unhappy. Lin Tianming was also in pain and happiness under the attack of Feng Lan and Yi Qingshe. After 3 days of vacation, Lin Tianming returned to the Imperial Academy with Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan. As soon as he came back, Lin Tianming received a message from Zhang Han. Did you have fun going out these 3 days? Lin Tianming couldn't help but feel a little numb when he saw this news. Teacher Zhang Han is looking for me, Qingshe, Feng Lan, see you later. Under the confused gazes of Yi Qingshe and Feng Lan, Lin Tianming hurried away. After running away, Lin Tianming replied to Zhang Han's message, Teacher Zhang Han, I have been obediently staying at the Imperial Academy in the Imperial capital. Stop talking about those useless things, come to the Thunder Awakening venue, I have to ask you something. It could be heard from Zhang Han's tone that she was angry that he had lied to her, and Lin Tianming took a deep breath. After hesitating for a moment, he just returned and walked towards the Lightning Awakening venue. As soon as he arrived at the Lightning Awakening venue, Lin Tianming saw Zhang Han waiting for him inside with a serious look on his face. Teacher Zhang Han, morning. Pretending not to notice that Zhang Han was in a bad mood, Lin Tianming greeted her with a smile. Zhang Han saw him coming, and she frowned as she always liked her precious student. Didn't I tell you that the Empire is in danger recently, and you'd better stay in the Imperial Academy for the past 3 days, but it turned out that it was better for you to run away and wander around for 3 days. Being discovered by Zhang Han, Lin Tianming was also a little embarrassed. This, hee. Smelly boy, I came back a long time ago. When I found out that you were not at the Imperial Academy, I was worried. If I hadn't sent someone to check and saw that you and your little girlfriend Yi Qingshe bought tickets to Lingnan Ancient City, I would have thought that you were wandering around, died. Zhang Han's voice was heard by Lin Tianming, and he also knew why she was so angry. She must have been really frightened when she saw that he was not in the Imperial Academy on the day she came back. After all, she just reminded him that the ghost-faced fire spider crawled out of the demon tomb, and he ran out to play with his back legs. It was strange that she wasn't worried. Zhang Han stared at Lin Tianming, who was flirting with her, for a while and said, forget it, I'm too lazy to talk to you. Just come back safely. Hearing Zhang Han say this, Lin Tianming was relieved. Teacher Zhang Han, you are indeed my good teacher. Zhang Han continued. I went to Tianwei Square yesterday and took a look at the destroyed monster lair. According to people from the Awakening group, you and Wang Yanren from the Wang family were there at night some time ago. Is there anything you want to tell me about something? Lin Tianming hesitated when talking about him and Wang Yanren killing the ghost-faced fire spider. Seeing Lin Tianming's hesitation, Zhang Han added, I sense the breath of the ghost-faced fire spider in that nest, as well as the remaining breath of my purple thunder demon prison. Seeing what Zhang Han said, Lin Tianming knew that she had already roughly guessed how he and Wang Yanren killed the ghost-faced fire spider based on the on-site investigation. Thinking again that he was killing the ghost-faced fire spider using the super forbidden spell skill that Zhang Han left for him for self-defense, Lin Tianming also decided to tell her the truth. As Lin Tianming told Zhang Han in detail how he and Wang Yanren fought against the ghost-faced fire spider that night, and how the Awakening group later interrogated them, she couldn't help but look at him twice. This silly boy actually did the same job as me in investigating and analyzing the scene. The ghost-faced fire spider really died in his hands. Fortunately, before leaving, I remembered that he didn't have the skills to defend himself, so I left him a super forbidden spell, otherwise he would be dead when he encountered the ghost-faced fire spider. You did a good job. Regarding your killing of the ghost-faced fire spider, it is really not appropriate to tell the people in the Awakening group, otherwise it will be harmful to you now. Seeing that Zhang Han was still very sure of him, Lin Tianming also smiled and said, Teacher Zhang Han, you shouldn't be angry with me now, right? I also killed the ghost-faced fire spider before I could go out with Qingshe at ease. Zhang Han's serious look faded away, and he showed his usual smile that taught Lin Tianming again. I'm not angry anymore, but I have to personally test whether you have been too slack in the past 3 days. As soon as Lin Tianming heard that Zhang Han wanted to test him personally, he immediately had a bad feeling. Teacher Zhang Han, you also know that I have accompanied Qingshe to the ancient city of Lingnan for the past 3 days. I just came back today, and my body and mind have not returned to the best condition. You should try again another day. Me. After saying this, Lin Tianming turned around and ran away. In the end, Zhang Han was a lightning whip that he was extremely familiar with, forcing him back to her side. Lin Tianming drooped his head and faced Zhang Han's smiling pretty face with a grimace. Teacher Zhang Han, you won't use the thunder pool to train me again, will you? The answer is correct, but there is no reward. With a wave of her hand, Zhang Hanyu used the power of thunder to form a thunder pool, and then threw Lin Tianming into it. As soon as he came back, before he had a good night's sleep, Zhang Han threw him into a thunder pond and took a bath. Lin Tianming couldn't help but uttered a curse word. Zhang Han, throw me into the thunder pool as soon as I come back. You must be a devil. I want to you more and more. You brat, who do you want to? Pay attention to what you say, I'm your teacher. This brat is really getting more and more arrogant in front of me, he wants to kill me at every turn. Treason. Although she was a little angry that Lin Tianming was rude to her, Zhang Han did not increase the intensity of the thunder pool. Before she gave Lin Tianming a holiday, she had only upgraded Lin Tianming to the second stage of special training in the thunder pool. After just one special training, she had to give Lin Tianming a day off because he was going to the entrance of the demon tomb. Now that she is back, Lin Tianming, who has only received the second stage of intensive thunder pool training, will definitely have to adapt for a while before he can continue to increase his intensity. This kid just came back today. He probably went crazy during those 3 days. It would be better to let him get used to it during this time. Don't rush to increase the intensity of the special training in the thunder pool. What's going on? Didn't this kid just receive the second stage of special thunder pool training? Why is it that when I came back today, soaking in the thunder pool felt like I had been training for a long time and had completely adapted to the intensity of the second stage of the thunder pool training? Originally, Zhang Han wanted Lin Tianming to get used to it first. Who would have thought that Lin Tianming would be as comfortable as taking a bath in the second stage intensity thunder pool, which made her feel incredible. Lin Tianming also heard her voice. To be honest, he didn't expect that nothing would happen to him when he soaked in the thunder pool this time. After all, one time before his vacation, he was shocked to death by the second stage of thunder. Could it be that exploring the secret realm of ice and snow brought him too much improvement? Recalling that he had practiced mechanical transformation and the defensive power of the Phoenix Flame Aegis on the Netherfrost Bridge in the Ice and Snow Secret Realm, and then encountered a dangerous crisis when his body was pierced and escaped from death by the mysterious god, the more Lin Tianming thought about it, the more he thought that it was the opportunity of the Ice and Snow Secret Realm that made him the improvement is huge. Thinking of this, Lin Tianming had a sudden idea. If he activates the Phoenix Flame Shield to further strengthen his defense, can he stay in this thunder pool for a whole day without any problems? Lin Tianming did whatever he thought of, and before telling Zhang Han that he had learned the Phoenix Flame Aegis, Lin Tianming immediately used the Phoenix Flame Aegis for defense. With the blessing of the upper limit of the Phoenix Flame Aegis's Divine Realm's defense ability, Lin Tianming became more comfortable in this thunder pond and could not feel any harm. Teacher Zhang Han, your thunder pool is a little weak today. I feel like I can soak in it for a whole day without any problems. It's really like a bathing pool. This scene directly made Zhang Han, who was still thinking about letting Lin Tianming adapt to the current intensity of the thunder pool, dumbfounded. A fire attribute defense skill with growth potential in the Shinto field. Didn't this guy go to Lingnan Ancient City for vacation with his little girlfriend these 3 days? Why did he become stronger again? The thunder pool of this intensity is useless to him now, and has completely lost the value of special training. What has this child Tianming experienced in the past 3 days? I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.